This is not clickbait. I am not in the Philippines, but stick around to find out why I'm not here, what's the game plan, when I'll be back, and a lot more. So, yeah, my name's Alex. Thank you for being here at Living Abroad. Please let me know if you can see me and hear me in the comment section, and we'll get started. I'll tell you guys all about what's happening with me right now, why I'm no longer in the Philippines, what's going on, if I'm coming back, and as usual, answering all your comments and questions. So please let me know if you're here in the comment section. Let me know if you can see me and hear me, and we'll get started. No guests today, so it'll just be myself. We'll have a nice chat. We'll see how long this goes. I'll see how good this connection is at this new place. I'm at the third location now in this country. So yeah, and I'll tell you guys where I am because if you're a member of the channel, you already know. But if you're a subscriber or viewer, I'll tell you guys in this video. All right, so let's have the comments coming in, and as soon as I get some confirmation, perfect. Night Mover 2009 says, I see you and hear you just fine, Alex. That's great. Thank you, Night Mover, for letting me know. I'm glad that you can see me and hear me. I'm gonna also watch myself on YouTube and see if I freeze or whatever from time to time. That way we don't have to play the video. Okay, so I'm here. We already have over almost 30 people watching this before even really getting into it. So right now I am frozen for some reason. So I don't know what this always happens. Wait, did it change back to 9 minutes? Yeah, what's going on here? How come I don't? Sorry, guys. Let me just see if I'm actually live on YouTube before we get started. This is always an issue. It seems like for some reason. Why are there ads on my live stream? So weird. I take these off and they still show up YouTube. Okay, perfect. I'm here. All right, guys. So let's get into it. Let me read some comments before we get really going. Peter says 1 hour left. Yeah. Wait, Alex left the Philippines. What are we gonna do now? Peter's being sarcastic, I think. Interesting. LOL says Alan. We will have to find a new vlogger. Switch to a new vlogger now. Andy says, well, I guess I won't be watching until he goes back. Andy, come on. This is a travel channel. You got to watch the other videos. David says he'll be back 10 minutes ago. Okay, so hope this is just a kidding by Alex and tricking us into leaving the Philippines. We can't let him leave the Philippines. No, I don't do that kind of stuff, guys. If you guys watch my channel, I don't do clickbait videos and all this random things people do. Philippines, the Philippines, where it's at. It is where it's at. Okay, so here we go. I've been bust watching all your videos, lol. That's okay. Keep watching more. Fine. So, guys, I am right now in Vietnam. I'm in Vietnam in Hanoi, the capital city. I got here yesterday, and before that, I was in Ho Chi Minh, Saigon. And the reason I left the Philippines is very simple. So, I was there 2 months already. After my first extension, I had to extend my visa again, and at the same time, the owner of my unit was coming back into the unit for a month because she recently had a baby. She lives abroad. She was coming back to the Philippines to have this great like party, a baby shower, I guess, or whatever for her child to celebrate. And instead of me looking for another apartment for a month and having to renew my visa, and I've been busting my ass for the past 2 months, putting out videos daily almost and editing, and I was really on a grind trying to reach the 100,000 subscribers. And I was just starting to feel a little tired about doing that, so I didn't want to lose the passion for it. So I'm like, let me just take a quick break. I could have traveled in the Philippines for sure, but then I know 100% myself, if I was in the Philippines, I would have made videos. So in order to prevent that and also not have to extend my visa or look for a new place and all that stuff, I decided to come for a quick trip to the Vietnam. And yeah, so that's where I'm right now. And when will I come back? I'll get to that in a second. Where are you heading? I'm already there, Scott. I'm in Vietnam right now. How's the food in Vietnam? Says Greg. The food here is good. It's great. It's not as good as some other countries. And I notice here they pretty much eat anything. And it's a little alarming because I think I saw a dog as well. So from my understanding, they sell dog meat here much more visibly and on the open compared to other countries. Um, and that's pretty much the only thing from that side. But they have delicious pho, like the soup, the beef noodle soup. They have the banh mi sandwiches, which is also delicious. But just like many other Asian countries, it's heavily pork based. So I have to be very careful what I eat. Even though I was very clear at one restaurant, they still try to serve me pork just to make it sale, I guess. I was really annoyed. But aside from that, overall, it's been a great experience. People are nice. I've been really just relaxing, honestly, staying inside, just checking on random cafes, going to like popular spots, and not doing too much. But before we get into more details about that, 60 people watching here, 64. We're actually at 97,000 subscribers almost now, so we're really close to our goal of 100,000. I can't believe we're that close. So if you're new to the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button. Feel free to use the super chat, super stickers, or check out channel memberships. I put the link there because the members of the channel already knew where I was. I've shared some pictures, so you get a lot behind the scenes. I posted a video about Vietnam that they saw already, so you get a lot more with the memberships. Consider that for just $4 a month, all the way up to 150 bucks. But that you get a 1 hour video call with myself, and I'll give my WhatsApp number, and I'll make a video for you. Anyway, so on. But right now I'm here in Vietnam. I'll tell you guys all about it in a second. Well, once this gets rolling, I didn't want to wait till the end to tell everybody of the live stream where I am. I'm not one of those people that actually drag people along throughout my video just so I can increase my minutes or whatever. So I don't play those games. Vibrant Me says, hey everyone, the world is big. Alex has a lot more places to see and to show us as well. Good on you, mate. Yeah, thank you. Vibrant Me. I like to remind everybody this is a travel channel. I love traveling. That was my first initial motivation. The YouTube channel was a secondary thing. It wasn't, I didn't start making YouTube and then start traveling. I was traveling for a year before I even started making YouTube for many countries that are not on my channel, that I haven't shown in the playlist and all that. So travel will always be primary to me. You know, Philippines is going to be my home base for sure, but I'm still going to go ahead and check out different countries. And I hope that you guys are curious as well. So that's never going to change. I'm never going to stay in the Philippines or any country for, at least not right now in my life, for a period of time that's super long or something like that, because like Vibrant Me says, the world is a huge place and I can't wait to check out more places. But now you're in Vietnam making videos, so there's a difference. Yeah. So what's the difference? Yeah, the thing was when I first came here, I spent the first like week not making any videos. And then I started thinking, oh, I was getting a little bored, and I'm like, okay, I might as well make some videos while I'm here anyways. So although it wasn't the primary reason to come here, I made some videos while I'm here anyway, just to show you guys around, as well as to see how the videos go here. I'm curious to see if there's as much interest in the interviews on the street as there's as much interest in the Philippines. So I'm kind of trying to figure out whether it's the country that people are interested in, whether it's the interviews they're interested in, or the people I put on camera. So it's a kind of a experimental thing, to be honest, as well. So I'm trying to like, yeah. Good evening to all. Samantha Jones is here. Hello, Samantha. How you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Thank you for being for the live stream. Night Mover 2009. Alex, just wondering, why don't you eat meat if you're not religious? Why don't you eat meat if you're not religious? So the only thing I don't eat is pork, and I don't think not eating pork is considered religious. I believe in God, and there's certain things I don't do, and eating pork is one of them. So I don't really know if I consider myself religious. If that's what you call religious, then I am religious. But I know a lot of people that are like, you know, for example, if you're Muslim, they wake up 5 times a day to pray. They go to the mosque. They only eat halal food. They wear like a head covering. There's a lot more to being religious than just not eating meat. But that's my one of the only ways I can still connect to my religion without being too inconvenienced, let's say, because there's so much other options. I'll be honest. It's just the way it is. Scott Forbes announced, is YouTube your only income? Scott, at this point, yes, YouTube is my full-time income now. I've fully dedicated myself to YouTube, which also starting to now kind of affect my decision making as well. When I first started the channel, it was like a secondary source of income, and it wasn't much, but by now it's just enough for me to live comfortably anywhere in Southeast Asia. So at 100,000 subscribers, which doesn't make you money, but the views are what counts. And recently the views have been really high ever since India and Malaysia and now the Philippines. So the ad revenue's there. I do get offers for sponsorships occasionally, but that's not really where I make my money. And to be honest, I recently launched memberships to go ahead and make that income a little bit more stable. I'm just trying to do whatever I can to even like monetize the channel further and to make it more stable as a source of income. Night Mover says, I think you just corrected himself. Yeah. Hi from Bahamas, Angelo. Hello, welcome, Angelo. Vibrant Me. I've been to the Philippines twice. To be honest, love the country apart from the food. I'm limited to the dishes I can eat. Lechon bad boy scares me. Yeah, like my last video was a Philippines food video. Initially, when I went to the Philippines, I found the food to be disgusting, to be honest. I mean, I say disgusting in a really bad way. But I'm sorry. I mean, like it wasn't as good as my previous countries. And then I slowly start to eat more of it and made friends that showed me where to eat, what to eat. I started to realize it's not as bad as everybody says. And I'm starting to like the Philippines food now. Not as much as some other countries, but it's definitely not as bad as I thought. So the last video I made was just showing some street food in the Philippines. It grows on you as you stay here longer and you find out what to eat and where to eat. Carl Martin says, soon we'll be missing your vlogger vlogs here in the Philippines, Sir Alex. Hope you'll get back to the Philippines soon permanently, but come back after a couple months or a year, maybe. God bless. So let's talk about that right now. I'm not going to be gone for a long time, guys. Right now, I still have about 6 other Philippines videos to put out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to those. I'm going to put out the Vietnam videos for about a week and like hit them out quick, like every day almost. And once that's done, I'm back to the Philippines. I'm going to be back in a month, less than a month, 3 weeks. So this is a short vacation. I'm coming back to the Philippines in just 3 weeks, not like last time. The last time I left for a year. I was gone for a year. And it's funny because now, oh, another reason why I'm making this video, not really, but I just thought of it right now. For those people that like to say I left the Philippines because I'm running away from something, that's not that, buddy. Because the other channels like to use my name, my channels, my videos to just talk shit about me and make up these random like facts. Like the last time I left the Philippines, somebody made a video saying, "Oh, Alex is running away from the law. He couldn't take it in the Philippines. He couldn't handle it." What are you talking about? Like I went back to Canada to see family and handle some business. I'm like, what? People are just out of their minds. Anyways, so for those of you that think I'm going to be gone for a long time, I'm not. I'm going to be back in 3 weeks. For people that think I'm running away from something, don't be stupid. And then for people that just want to use this video of me leaving the Philippines as content, hey man, do whatever you want to do. But my subscribers, my viewers, people that are watching me know that this is a short trip and I'll be coming back in 3 weeks or even less. So yeah, guys, some reasons why I'm making this video. Keep you guys in the loop because in the past few live streams I mentioned that I'm not in the Philippines. So letting everybody know where I'm at and also just experiencing a new country, sharing those videos. And I'm here, I'm having a great time. I'm going to tell you guys all about that as this live stream continues. We're 12 minutes into the live stream, 90 people watching, guys. So feel free to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, use the super chat, super stickers if you want your question answers fast. If not, just please wait while I go through all the questions, okay? Oh, okay, just wondering, all good. Yeah, Night Mover, everything's good. And that's the other thing. Last time I left, I was at 23,000 subscribers, and the Philippines was the peak of my channel at the time, and my videos were like blowing up. And I still left because I wanted to explore. I wanted to go back because after Philippines, I went back to Canada. Then I went to India, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore. Then we went back to the Philippines, right? So I'm gonna be all over the place. And this time, once again, the channel was really doing well. I left, but like I don't want to make YouTube my life. You know, I'm trying to live a little bit as well. I appreciate you guys for being here. I do these live streams to keep everybody in the loop. But yeah, so I'm gonna be back in the Philippines before you know it. Scott Forbes said, "Congratulations, thank you." Scott Forbes says, you're living the dream." Yeah, thank you, Scott. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna sit here pretend like I don't have a good life. I do. Even though I'm not staying at like a fancy 5-star hotel, even though I'm not like living on a yacht or saying I'm a millionaire lifestyle. No, I'm living a very comfortable life, but I have the total freedom to go and wherever I want, right? So, yeah, and who knows? Maybe in Vietnam, somebody special will join me, and she can be in part of my videos. I don't know, so we'll see. But yeah, life's great here. I love it. I love traveling, and I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful to you guys. I'm very like I appreciate every single subscriber, viewer, anyone that comments. I'm not like one of those guys that oblivious to all these things. So I don't say it enough because maybe I just assume that you guys know. But I really do appreciate you guys watching these videos. It means a lot to me for you guys subscribing because you guys are the reason why this is even possible right now. Because if I wasn't doing YouTube, I'd probably have to get an online job or something. And I think that that would kind of take away from the freedom and the ability to travel the way I want. So thank you guys for being here since the beginning. Like some of you guys have been here since before I even reached 100 or 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, thank you guys for all that. Journey Trials and Joy says, is YouTube not too overcrowded? It's hard for anyone to start now and be successful because people are treating the platform like porn sites. Yeah, I see what you mean, right? So let me kind of make a comment on that. But before I do that, Journey Charles, thank you for that $5. I appreciate that. So now I can actually, it's kind of funny because I was gonna skip your question, go to the super chat to read it first, but it's you anyways. So so that kind of it's kind of funny. So let's go back to that question. You said, is YouTube not too crowded? It's hard for everyone or anyone to start now and be successful because people are treating the platform like porn sites. I agree in a lot of ways, right? So right now, sex sells since the beginning of time. If you have some girl's ass on the thumbnail and you're just showing girls in the Philippines as far as just to show women, yeah, it sells for sure. For me, it's not like that. Like I'm not gonna compare myself to other people, but I try to like kind of stay like I don't do any club or bars or those kind of parties or whatever videos because I don't want to attract that kind of crowd to my channel. Nothing wrong with that, but this channel is not really about that because when I'm not in the Philippines, I don't want people not watching my videos because there's not hot women on the channel, right? Not only that, it's because like I don't drink, it's not my lifestyle. I can't really relate to these videos, right? But there are a lot of channels that do that and they get lots of views and the subscribers grow, which is great. But like that's their thing. If you want to make a YouTube channel, it could be about anything. Really, honestly, for lifestyle, budgeting, travel, like videos, Philippines, province. There's countless different niches that you can put yourself into. I'm not the only one doing interviews. I don't know if you guys know, but there's a lot of channels doing interviews in the Philippines, right? But I like to think mine's different. I like to think mine, you guys are watching me for either me, the style of the videos, the people I feature. It's just like pizza. Think about it. How many pizza shops do you think there is, right? You can't say I'm not going to start a pizza shop because there's so much competition. Sometimes that's true, but sometimes you really got to go for it. And if you guys need help figuring out any of that stuff, I do 1 hour consultations for $100, and we can sit down and tell you exactly how to start a YouTube channel. I'm still using my phone, guys. I'm like for editing reasons. I grew this channel organically from zero to almost 100,000 without any promotion, any bot subscriptions, or any kind of like assistance from anybody. But if I knew what I know now, it's easily worth $100 or whatever I'm charging for consultation because I have two other channels that you guys may not know about, all monetized, and I don't use them anymore. But the point is, I reached them to monetization because I know what works now. So I had the traveling abroad channel, which was mainly about news about Thailand, how to get there initially. It reached to 4,000 subscribers. I dropped it because I just couldn't keep up with it. And I have another channel called Global Walking Tours, which I haven't like been on for like probably 2 months because once again I was just focused on this channel, but I monetized that one as well. It was just simply me showing people different neighborhoods that I'm just walking around showing them. Anyways, the point is you can start and you can still be successful if you just dedicate yourself, if you're consistent, if you know exactly what you want to do. And if you guys ever need assistance with that, send me an email. So they watch but they don't subscribe. That's okay. So one more kind of a quick thing into YouTube subscribers and all that. After after you reach 1,000 subscribers, subscribers don't matter anymore because this is not the YouTube of the past. Today, in today's YouTube algorithm and how they pay you is per view. So if you have 1,000 subscribers and you have 100,000 views, and somebody has 10,000 subscribers but they have 40,000 views, that 1,000 subscriber is still making more money and it's still doing better because it's views that count on YouTube now. It's not subscribers. Subscribers are just good for clout or recognition, or maybe somebody, even sponsors starting to recognize that subscribers don't mean anything. They want to see your uh, watch hours and how much people have watched it and stuff like that. So don't worry so much about subscribers. Hi Alex, love your videos. Any cost of living videos in the Da Nang and not trying coming? Any plans of visiting Argentina and Colombia? Yes, I am. I love that. So no cost of living videos in Da Nang, probably. I might do one in Vietnam because it is cheaper than the Philippines for sure. Um, Cost of living videos tend to be a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie, and they're very specific. I still haven't made a Philippines cost of living video, which I will when I get back. And I don't want to just sit there and talk, so I want to have some footage of the things that I'm talking about and show some images of things, and so you guys get a better idea. But yeah, I will do both of those things, and I do plan to visit all of Latin America, starting from Mexico. I have friends in Brazil, so I'm gonna go to Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, and just work my way down. This is probably within the next year or so, because after the Philippines, when I go back and I take another break, I plan to visit the Balkan region. I want to visit Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Azerbaijan, those places, and then come back to the Philippines. And when I go back to Canada at some point for whatever reason, then I'll go back down south Whoa! We just crossed over 100 consecutive viewers, guys. So thank you for being here. Please feel free to ask your questions. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. We're actually very close to 97,000 subscribers. So let me know what you guys want to do with the 100,000 subscriber. Like somebody suggested last time I should do a live stream and don't get off the live until we hit the 100,000 subscribers mark. So maybe that's an idea. But I would love to like share anything you guys want with the community. Um, Last 5 women I dated and last one I married for 21 years with Pinay. Filipino food is where it's at. Okay, lechon baboy, manak sisig, even dogo dogo, tanaguan. Let once or let alone crispy palate. See, this guy knows what he's talking about. Alan been in the Philippines food industry. I'm just kidding, but like, yeah, see, Alan knows what he's talking about. He's been dating Filipinas, so he loves the Filipino food. Like I said, it really depends on what you eat and who cooks it. Journey Trials and Joy says, "What is your advice on someone who likes me or who's like me, who makes tech videos and vlogs and podcasts all on the same channel?" I think you're a little bit too far out, right? So just based on what you said, I'm gonna check out your video for sure. Or I thought I checked out your channel at one point. Maybe I didn't. So I'm gonna take a look at your channel quickly. But from what you just said in the text, you might have your hands in too many different things, right? So you do have to have a niche of some sort, right? So if you're doing too much, it might just not work. Because, for example, if somebody is searching living abroad right now, I think it's very obvious what they're gonna get. It's gonna be either interviews or it's gonna be travel related, like food or something like that. But from what you're telling me, like I wouldn't know if I was searching your channel, like it may not be clear and obvious exactly what I might get from your channel. So maybe, and the algorithm needs that. So YouTube wants to figure that out before they put you in a category as well. So a lot of these things affect your channel and your viewerships. It's too difficult to just take a look right now during the live stream. But Journey, let me just do it anyways, because you're a good man. Enjoy. I'm curious now that you said it, and of course I'm no expert. I can only, like I kind of am, but I mean I can only speak from my own experience. So yeah, right now, first of all, your thumbnails immediately. I don't know what I'm going to be clicking on, and your vid. Let me just quickly look. Yeah, it's it's not attractive enough. Sorry to say so. I don't know what I'll be clicking on if I'm going to be watching soccer or if I'm going to be looking at a tech device of some sort. And then you have these random podcasts, and they're not even in the playlists, for example. There's a lot to go over. And honestly, yeah, I would definitely reorganize your channel for sure. Rain is here. You should eat pho over there. It's so good. I've been eating pho. It's like the soup they have. So there's basically Vietnamese soup, and inside of it, you obviously get noodles, and then they give you meats, whatever you want. So I've been eating the beef pho all the time. It's delicious. Jess Loya says, "Sorry if I'm late. Moving to Thailand?" No, Jess, I'm just in Vietnam right now for a short break from the Philippines. I'll be going back to the Philippines very soon. Garden expert, any plans of going to Machu Picchu and the Amazon? Yes, 100%. I would go to Machu Picchu. That's my plan. I have friends that have been there. They said it's amazing. It's a once in a lifetime experience. Machu Picchu's on the list. Amazon, I don't really know so much, but Brazil, 100%. I have friends in Brazil that I'll be visiting and staying with them. So this will be next year, hopefully. Vibrant Me, Alex, your last video of the street interviews was surprised to see the girl with a scarf from Minnesota. Really good video. Vibrant Me, thank you. You know, so being a Muslim myself, I understand that sometimes being modest and pious and conservative is a cultural thing, a religious thing, I should say. And usually, women with a job, I don't bother them because I don't want to put that pressure on them. But this time, I was just had a feeling she might be open to it because she's in the Philippines, so she might be a little bit more open-minded. And yeah, she's really intelligent. She told me a little bit about that. So, and here's another thing. Sometimes I get people saying, "Hey, why don't you interview older ladies?" Right? I would love to. If you're an older Filipino or know somebody, please send me an email, send me a message. It's not that I'm specifically choosing girls in their 20s or early 30s. It's because people say no. You can't get how many rejections in a row before you get the hints. Women in their 30s or 40 or 40s or 50s in the Philippines that I see, they either have like they're in a marriage, they're in a serious relationship, they got bigger things to deal with than try to say hello to me in my video. So just keep that in mind. Hey, oh, Steel City TV's here. Nice, bro, here for the ride. Steel City TV, thank you for being here. Steel City TV's got a YouTube channel right now. I know he's got a fiance or a girlfriend, I can't remember, in the Philippines, and he's a regular on the channel. So thank you very much, Steel City TV. You guys check out his YouTube channel. He's making his way to 4,000 watch hours. So even if you have his video playing in the background, support him as he's supporting me. Thank you so much. Uh, Samantha Jones, wow, Samantha, you're too sweet. Thank you for that super sticker, $20. That helps a lot, especially in Vietnam. Over here, cost of living is cheaper in the Philippines. We'll get into that in a few minutes, but thank you, Samantha. I appreciate that. As usual, Samantha's a big supporter of the channel. She's here okay, like regularly, I should say. And yeah, awesome. Let me see if you guys asked any questions with those donations because I'd love to read them first. I'm looking forward to when you leave Asia to travel to other places. Samantha, I am too. I'm really interested in that as well. I think within the next four, yeah, within the next 4 months, I think I'll be in a different continent. But who knows? Let's see. But I'm looking forward to that too because just the geography of the place, the people, the culture, there's so much going on in the world, and I love to see some of these things coming. So yeah, I'm also excited, Samantha. I love to share those videos with you guys. Steel City TV. Good evening, good morning, everybody. Okay, very nice. Good evening, Steel City TV. Oh, good morning from here. Maybe good evening to you. So let me just go back up to what happened to Noor. I haven't seen him on your channel for a year. Noor. I think you have the wrong channel. I don't know who Noor is. Greg says, any plans of traveling South American countries? Kind of thinking of retiring there someday. Yeah, so as I just mentioned, Greg, I will be traveling there at some point. Hey, bro, how are you? Kubren, I am great. Thank you. I was trying to read your last name, but I gave up. Paranandan, I am great. Thank you for being here. Night Mover 2009. I love your channel. I'm hooked. Don't change it. That's such a compliment. Thank you. You know, guys, I get those comments often and a lot. A lot of channels might just see that and just go on to the next comment. But for me, if I actually do bring joy to some level, entertainment, a slight glimpse of travel, anything to someone, that means a lot to me. So thank you for sharing that you're enjoying the videos. Quick question. Do Filipino women like black men? Yes, Filipino women like black men than any other race would like black men, probably. Over here, they don't discriminate as much as any other country I've seen towards black people. I've seen black men here with some of the finest girls, so I don't think your skin color is going to matter here as much as some other countries. But everything else might, your personality, your wallet, your reason to be in a relationship, all that's still the same as anywhere else. But as far as your skin color, I think not so much. Would they prefer a white guy? Of course, but you still do better in the Philippines than any other country. Where are you now? I'm in Vietnam. I'm in Hanoi. So I was in Saigon, the south, and now I came up to the north in Hanoi. And I might go to Da Nang and the Lats and Huey, but I don't know yet. Guys, I seen a freaking roach here yesterday, so I freaked out. I called the owner, I'm like, hello, I'm leaving out tomorrow if I see another one. So we had a battle, the roach and I. I don't have no bug spray here, so I had this like cleaning solution. So the sucker went under the sink. I'm like, oh, I can't sleep tonight. There goes that. But luckily, it came out, and then I threw a book at it, and it went into the washroom, and then I sprayed it till it was like all wibbly wobbly, and I just smashed it with the book, like it, killed it. I'm proud of myself. These things are giant, man. The roaches in Southeast Asia, man, I swear the guy was looking at me like saying, I don't know, it's a big roach. I know people think I'm a pussy, but I don't like roaches. uh, at Wally Talk, I am black and I gotta find Filipina. Hey, I didn't. There you go. So just prove my point. Do you still keep in contact with Palm? Yeah, of course. Palm and I be contacting daily. You never know. She might be on the channel soon. Hey, love your channel from Vancouver Island here. I'm leaving towards Colombia or Cambodia in a year or so. Any thoughts on Cambodia? Thanks. I was gonna go to Cambodia this time, to be honest. I've been to Cambodia only once, but that was to just see Siem Reap, see the Angkor Wat's a beautiful, oh my God, majestic place. Like I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I'm like, this is amazing. And I went there sunrise. It was glorious, even though I didn't see the sun. But Cambodia was amazing because to me, it's still not as jaded as other countries, right? So it still feels a little bit more authentic. It's not as developed. It's not as convenient in some other places. Just from my general knowledge perspective, I'm in some Cambodia expat groups just to get information. I've been there myself, but just to see Siem Reap. But in the capital city, Phnom Penh or whatever, I know there's some foreigners living there, and I've never really heard anything bad about Cambodia. But I don't know anything personally about living there, anything yet. But I'll go there as well if I can before leaving Asia. Ramiro says propose. I don't believe in marriage, so that's not gonna happen. I plan on going to December and worried because I heard Filipino women do not like blacks. Don't don't listen to that at all. Filipinos like anybody. They're very open, friendly, kind, and if you meet the right girl, your skin color doesn't matter. But that brings me to a question, guys. Please be careful dating women online. Do not date people online unless you're planning on visiting them within a month. Don't waste your time. What is the point of messaging people for months and months? Stop it. Just talk to them 2 or 3 weeks before. You're gonna get hundreds of matches. If you're gonna go online to date, just do it 2 weeks or 3 weeks before your trip. That's it. Don't be messaging people back and forth for months. Just stop doing that. Just yeah, I have heard horror stories lately and things that I can't really get into details, but just do not trust anybody online is all I'm saying. So just be sure, do not send any money. I've never sent any money to anyone that I don't know. Don't send any money. Be careful who you're talking to. Don't talk to them over a month. And just don't forget you are not the only person in their life. You're not the only person they're talking to. So don't forget. My email is talknowcanada@gmail.com. So for those of you guys who are interested, I don't mention this often. I only respond to emails that I get. But whoever wants a 1 hour consultation, it's $100 to 1 hour video talk with myself, where I give you step by step, like tangible things to do, whether you want to start a YouTube channel, live in the Philippines, cost of living, where to visit, relationships and dating, all that stuff. So that can be offered into my private jet membership class. But if you don't want that on a monthly basis, just send me an email at Talk Now Canada, and we can talk about anything you want. And I can speak to you from experience and not just say random things. So if you want any kind of help, $100 an hour video call at Talk Now Canada is my email. I'll put it there. It's also on the channel, whoever's interested. Samantha Jones, I'm looking forward to when you leave. Oh, we already read that one. Sorry, guys, I'm catching up on all the comments, and we still got over 100 people watching this. Time to take a water break. I have a feeling this stream is going to be quite long. I think the people see me leave the Philippines is freaking them out, so they might just join to see what's going on. I'm going to sip this. Take a second to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're making our way to 100,000 subscribers. Or if you want to be really supportive like Samantha, Steel City TV, and Journey Trials, consider Super Chat and Super Stickers. Let me go back to let me find my spot. Willie Hernandez is here. Willie Wonka. Oh, Alex, my bad. I meant Living Abroad is the name of your channel. Yeah, exactly, right? Living abroad. Different countries, not living in the Philippines. Although it's going to be my base. I'm going to be there, but I'm going to be all over the place. Cool. I have to learn how to do all that on my end. Yeah, it takes time for sure. Wow, bro, have a great time and always be safe on your journeys, my friend. GDG, fun time, Mr. and Mrs. G. Yes, thank you so much. Alex, hey, man, thanks for going around and connecting with people. Filipinos seem to be more shy, so I imagine you get a lot of no's. I do get a lot of no's for sure, but luckily, the only time I've had my feelings hurt has been by white people. So it's funny because like when I do these street interviews, whenever I do anything, when there's rejections happens quite often, I don't feel anything. I don't take it personally. The only times it bothers me is usually with like American, Canadian, British tourists. They have the same Western mentality. Oh, this guy's trying to bang me. Don't talk to me. I'm like, lady, chill. I was just like, they just say it in a rude way. It's the same Western mentality. I can't wait. It's like, it's like a short reminder. Hey, remember why you left Canada? It's for shit like this. People are just like, I don't know, man. It's weird. There's a clear difference between Asian culture and Western culture, even when a simple saying no or something like that. So it's a really like I don't want to say don't want to generalize people, but I've asked probably thousands of people by now. Like so there's quite a good sample to go by when I make these comments. Um, Ishmael is here. Wishing you all the best, Alex. Where you go. Be blessed with your planned life. Bro. Thank you. Right now I'm in Vietnam. And GDG Fun Time is looking to get the 4,000 watch hours. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, for YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to be monetized, to be able to make money from YouTube. A lot of times it's easy to get the 1,000 subscribers, but it's difficult to get the 4,000 watch hours. For me, it was the other way around, but I guess it just depends on your content, how long it is, and how interesting it is when people watch it or not. Ramonita says, good night from Florida, USA. Hello, good evening. Alex, for interviews, yeah, for sure. Where is your Thai friend? Will she be traveling in the future? Are you dating anyone currently? There's a lot of personal questions there. If you, some of these I only share with members of the channel. So a lot of that's private stuff. But yes, Palm will be joining me in the near future, I think. Maybe. Palm, are you joining me? I don't know. She's probably watching this. Vibrant Me. I have a plan to go to the Philippines in October. I've been in Latin America since 2022. Oh, Vibrant Me. Tell us about Latin America. What's that like? What's that all about? How's that going? Samantha says, I truly enjoy the channel just because you keep it real, Alex, period. Oh, you're so sweet, Samantha. Thank you. I try to keep it as real as possible. You know, like, I don't know what else to do. I can't sit here and just be somebody else or like not myself. I think off the channel, I'm a little bit more jokey maybe. I still try to keep somewhat professional, but it's hard to do when you're like on camera a lot, right? So eventually, I think once true personality comes out. Steel City TV, I'm putting together another Pittsburgh hotel review vlog this week. Are we going to a milkshake factory? Oh, that's awesome. Guys, that sounds fun to me. Like a hotel review and a milkshake factory? All right, bro, enjoy. I'll definitely check those out. Hubert's here. Thanks for the feedback. My pleasure, Hubert. Kubran says, LMFAO, bro, come on. At least it was not a huge mosquito or spider. Bro, there could be a lion in here. I wouldn't be as scared of the roach or at least grossed out. I don't know what it is about roaches. They just creep me out, man. They got like different head shapes, different colors. They're big. They're like fast and quick with all these legs. I'm like, ugh, yeah. I can't sleep like that. Samantha says, I was watching this YouTuber yesterday that I follow her first time in Europe, and her video was so bad, so cringe, because it was obvious she wasn't financially prepared. That's so funny. Hey, man, that's the reality, I guess. When I say man, Samantha, that's just a phrase. I don't mean to call you man. But Samantha, that's true. Like, I mean, that's funny, and I can understand why she probably thought she was ready for it, but it is expensive. I have no shame or I'm not trying to hide something. Firstly, to be 100% honest, nowhere in Europe interests me as much as any other continents. But another reason is because I'm not financially ready to visit Europe and do a proper video on it. I can't be staying at like budget places and then complain about accommodation or the food not being good if I'm not eating at least to standards, right? So yeah, budget is definitely something that needs to be increased if you're traveling to Europe. But that's so funny that you mentioned. I would love to know, Samantha, if you want to share the content or send me the link, I'd love to check it out too. That's pretty funny. Be prepared. I would be prepared. Yeah, that's why I haven't visited many European countries long-term stay. I've been to several, but just for short-term, nothing for long-term. Jen said, and do not send money to those women you're talking to. It's very important. It is true, guys. Please do not send money to women. Okay, any normal woman that's watching this can guarantee and relate. No one with normal mindset that doesn't want you for your money or is not a gold digger will ask you for money. They don't know you like that. They don't know you to be asking you for money. And now women are very clever. They don't ask, they let you offer. So be careful about that too. Guys, do not send money to people. If you meet the person, you love them, spoil her. I don't care. Give her a house, buy her a car, like give her every single penny you have. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you've never met a woman before online, for the first time. You are not the first guy they're talking to. If they're asking you for money, it's not something normal people do when they first, like, without even meeting you. Josh says, I think you're right. Blacks are not considered attractive in Asia. Um, Less attractive, I would say, but they still do better here than any other country in the world. So I think that is just colonial mindset, beauty standards in our society, decades, or if not centuries of discrimination has led to that just embedded negative trait towards Black people, and the fact that media and all that doesn't always shed a positive light on the Black community. It's very obvious why they're not the number one. Actually, I think Black guys or Black women actually are the bottom of the bottom, where studies have shown to have the least amount of attraction towards them. But regardless, in the Philippines, you still do a lot better dating as a Black person as you would in any other country. Hey, Dari's here. Hey, Alex, stopping by in today to say hello. Hello, Dari. Thank you for being here. Will you go live or will you go live in Taiwan? Taiwan was on the bucket list this trip actually, so I might even consider. I don't know. I'm still kind of up in the air about Taiwan right now or another country while I'm still away from the Philippines. Guys, I don't plan anything, like nothing. I bought my plane ticket the night before I came here. I don't know. I'm a weird guy. I don't plan things. Oh, Samantha, please. You don't have to even contribute a single dime. You've done enough already. Samantha says, I wish I could contribute more, Alex. The surgery is holding me back. If you are ever in Tampa Bay or passing through, let me know. Mikasa Sukasa. Thank you so much, Samantha. That's so kind of you. 100%. Samantha, do not ever worry about that stuff. Even whoever else is watching, guys, just because you don't contribute through the memberships, stickers, or chats, I don't feel any less of you in any way, guys. So thank you all for watching, for being here, for talking to me. Anything additional, just bonus, that'll go to support me and what I'm doing right now. But thank you so much, Samantha. No need to mention that. But yeah, Tampa sounds fun. Philip Massey, hey, Alex, did you keep your place in the Philippines or are you going to get a new place when you return? That's a great question, Philip Massey. I'm in talks with the owner right now, with my landlord, I should say. And yes, I intend to go back to the same place I was. I feel very comfortable there. So once she's going back to her home country, it's about the same time I'll return. So the plan is to keep the same place. Vibrant Me says, well done, Alex. You surpassed Sunshine Shoulders on subscribers. Sunshine Shoulder is a good guy, but I guess everyone grows in their own way. Oh, for sure. Like Calvin and I, we talk often, and he's one of the first collaborations on my channel when I went to the Philippines last time. Calvin is a good guy. He just speaks his mind, and some people don't like it. That's their issue or whatever with that channel. But I can vouch for him. From what I know of him, he's a good guy, and surpassing him as far as numbers goes doesn't mean much to me or him, I'm sure. It's just like I mentioned, it's not the same. He's doing something very different than my channel, but I guarantee you financially he's doing better than me, like a lot better. So it's not just about numbers of subscribers, right? So YouTube, because he has a really dedicated 50,000 subscribers, right? For me, I have 100,000 subscribers, but a lot of those came from just some food videos or like in India or specific locations where people do not continue to follow the channel after I leave that country or stop making content like that, right? And that's their choice, it's fine, but that's why the numbers can be a little bit misleading, right? Whereas in the thing about Calvin, he's very, very niche down to one specific topic. But so whenever he puts out something, he gets a lot of interest because everybody's always in the same topic, right? So that generates a lot more revenue and a lot more like members of the channel and people sending him things and all these things. So yeah, I'm sure he's very happy where he is right now. Love and miss you, Palm. Can't wait to see you back. You hear that, Palm? People love and miss you. They can't wait to see you back. Yeah, where you at, Palm? Hurry up. Willie Hernandez, Alex, just a suggestion. When you return to the Philippines, try to find Filipinos that grew up in a foreign country and have decided to move to the Philippines to either live or retire. Hey, that's a great suggestion. So right now I have about 4 or 5 interview videos left. I have them on the back burner. I just got to edit them and put them out. And what I did was like, because I spoke to so many people and I talked to like so many different individuals, it ended up to being specific countries, right? So right now I have Canada, India, Korea, Japan. So it's going to be fun, I think, to put out what do Japanese think of the Philippines, what do Canadians think of the Philippines, or something like that. To have like all the interviewees be from the same country when I do these, just to get a different kind of mixture of the channel, the videos kind of thing. So yeah. Samantha says, I hate bugs. I had a fight with a spider last night. The spider won. That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, spiders don't bother me for some reason. It's just the roaches get me. It can be roaches and centipedes. Luckily, I've never seen a centipede yet, but the roaches are disgusting to me. K9 companion says, just resumed yesterday as I thought you had left for good. Hey, it's okay. Just you guys do whatever you guys got to do, but that's why you got to click on the video, right? Not just the thumbnail. Sometimes I have to do what I got to do to get you guys to watch it, but within the thumbnail, it's the truth. But within the video, it's the truth. I don't like to be too misleading. I think I did that once or twice within my YouTube journey, and I realized real quickly that I didn't want to deceive my viewers. It's not worth the additional 4 or 5 views because that person may not come back to your channel if you're going to be lying to them. Let's say I say, oh, I left the Philippines, and I make a sad face. And then I'm like, oh, sorry, I was thinking about leaving, but I'm still in the Philippines. The person gonna be like, what the hell, man? You just said you left the Philippines. I clicked on the video, and you're still here. The shit, right? So that's the type of stuff I try to stay away from. Henry Nunez, good morning, bro. What's up? Henry, welcome to the channel. K9 says, I just subbed yesterday as I thought you had left for good. Really like your channel. Thank you. No, I'll be back very soon. Henry says, avoid someone asks for the money. A lot of scammers all over the world. Oh yeah, it's not just the Philippines, guys. The Philippines is what we're talking about because that's where my videos are. That's where I am. But anywhere in the world, there's hundreds of countries doing the same thing. So yeah, it's not just the Philippines. Everywhere, even in Canada, U.S. The Rambler. I would like to see a Filipino or Filipina that is mixed race living in the Philippines. Okay, I did one last year. I think it was Why Do Filipinos Stare? And there was an Australian Filipino guy. He was really tall and handsome, younger guy, but he's there. And do I have another Japanese Filipina that I interviewed as well last year? I asked her what she rates herself from. I can't remember, but it's from last year. A couple mixed peoples. Samantha Jones, you are the only one who gets my change. Who gets my change? Oh, I get it. Thank you, Samantha. So you're the only one who gets my change, Alex. I'm embarrassed because I don't do coffee. I'm more like format, sit down, lunch girl. Oh, it's all good. No need to be embarrassed. I like that though. I appreciate that. I feel very, very special. You are my soul brother. I think that's a fist. I can't. It's either a fist or a foot, but I think it's a fist. I'm using a laptop, so the emojis come up looking funny. Thank you, Samantha. You're very special to me as well. Honestly, that's you're a good person. And I know one time we had a back and forth, but the fact that you're open-minded and intelligent made up for even like some people. They're just so closed-minded. You can't have a conversation with them if you're not on the same page as them on a topic. But that was really where I thought, yeah, for sure, Samantha's the real deal. Dan says they don't keep their business to themselves. Not all Filipinos are like this. I'm in the province and noticed this being there. So you mean like I guess Filipinos gossip? I've heard that quite often. The Filipinos like to gossip. I think it happens probably in smaller communities or provinces, but you have to be kind of not understanding to it, but it makes sense maybe because there's nothing else to do there. Everybody knows each other, and gossip is just good entertainment, I guess. So yeah, I guess they don't keep themselves. How important is skin color in the Philippines? I'm white, Italian, but tan, a lot under the strong sun. Will that be a problem? Josh, that will not be a problem. That will not be a problem, my friend. The fact that you're a foreigner already puts you at advantage. The fact that you're still white, regardless of your tan, puts you at an advantage. And those two things alone will put you above many Filipinos, just the way the culture is in the Philippines. But once again, these are just women that are from, I would say, medium to lower kind of social. How can I say this without sounding stupid? So basically, the really rich, educated, and well-off Filipinas will not look at you. They don't care whether you're a foreigner or Filipino. They might even not want to be with a foreigner just to avoid a stigma of people saying, "Oh, she's with the foreigner for his money." So the well-off, rich Filipinos, Filipinas, they don't care about foreigners at all. So whoever you're meeting is most likely the middle class to lower class, whether it's financial speaking or like just their life standards. It's because they want a better life. Number one, they want to experience foreign boyfriend. They may not have as much family influence on them or something like that, right? So it's the truth. So when I see these things that say foreigners only get loser or poor people, there's a truth behind that, and nobody should forget that as well. Like, of course, you do much better dating in the Philippines, but don't forget, guys, if you're already in your 60s and 70s and you're dating a young, attractive person, there's a reason for that. They either want your money, or they want to leave the country, or they want to improve their family's lifestyle. Now, organic relationships can occur anywhere. So let's say you're 70 years old and you're white or black or whatever. You're in the Philippines and you happen to go to some school or community event or church, and you organically meet someone that's 20 years old, and over time they love you for who you are, that's a different story. But I'm talking about online dating and never meeting the person. If they're in the 20s or 30s and you're in your 60s and 70s, there's a reason why they're matching with you. It's not because of your looks. It's really hard to like accept that, but it is what it is, and it's very difficult for a 20-year-old to be interested in a 60 or 70-year-old just for being interested in them. It's not like that. So yeah, but the fact that you said that, I don't even know what the question was anymore. But I started rambling so long ago. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Your skin color, it's not going to matter when you're here, but it's up to you to figure out what kind of relationship you want. Henry says, bro, many here in Binan, Laguna, watching your vlog. Thank you for your content from my beloved Philippines. Thank you. It's funny. I sometimes get comments, people getting upset. Oh, this guy's making money from YouTube. It's like getting mad at a restaurant. Oh, this restaurant's making money from selling food. It's like it's no secret. It's not like I'm trying to hide that, but the idea is to just showcase people's thoughts, and you can't really, for example, blame me for what people's responses are. Sometimes I don't agree with them, but I'm not gonna try to filter them. It's like I just simply put a microphone in front of their face and people say what they want. So you gotta sometimes differentiate that. Just because you see someone's answer on my channel doesn't mean I feel that way or I believe in that or something like that. So I'm really like going off topic here, guys. This was supposed to be me living in Vietnam. I haven't said anything about Vietnam yet, but that's just the way things go. Sometimes we answer all your questions. I didn't catch your location now. Military dog. I'm here in Hanoi, Vietnam. I came here for a short vacation away from the Philippines video YouTube making content. So I'm here in Vietnam. Right now, I'm battling this website for keep saying it's not responding. So I hope you guys are still seeing this. Dan says true, true, true. Nice channel, Alex, says the Rambler. Thank you so much. Willie Hernandez. There are women and men that are very skilled at emptying your wallet without asking you directly. Yes, thank you for saying it that way. They're very subtle, and you don't realize it until it's too late. Just be smart. It's exactly true. Sometimes, and I wish, okay, men are not perfect. So let's get that out of the way. We have problems in much worse ways, maybe, than women do. There are guys, not me or anyone that I know, but I know for 100%, there are men that lie to women. Oh, I want to marry you. I want to bring you back to my country. All this stuff to sleep with them. So which is worse, someone asking for money or playing with your emotions? I think the guy is doing a lot worse than the woman just asking for money. So we're not perfect as men, but I can't really talk about that sense because I don't do it and I don't know many people personally. But I do know many people personally that have had their money taken by doing these interviews, right? So that's why these conversations sometimes end up being almost like a negative spin on women. But I don't want you guys to get that idea. I love women, all women, first of all, regardless. And I don't even blame any woman for asking for money. If you as a man are stupid enough to send money, I'm sorry, that's your problem. And if something comes out of it, that's just like a lucky outcome, let's say. But so yeah, I don't blame women, but they do ask for money and they're very subtle about it and they're very smart So if you don't want to give away your money for no reason, go ahead and not send it. Some men don't care. They have lots of money. They'll send whatever just for a naked picture of a girl, which I think is kind of dumb because you can just go on the internet and find how many naked photos. Regardless, I can't I can't tell someone what to do, but I can give you guys information. And for those of you that have worked very hard for your money, don't have much of it, it's being taken away by someone that doesn't truly love you. That's the only person I'm kind of warning. Joe says, "How's Palm doing?" We all miss her. Palm is doing fantastic. Yes, she's doing great. Maybe Palm can be on the channel soon. Okay. Military dogs. Alex, weird question. What odd compliments do you get in the Philippines compared to your home country? When I was there, everyone complimented my nose, but never received that compliment in the USA. Yes, that is most, the biggest difference is my nose in the compliment section. When I was growing up, I often got compliments about my eyes or the way I smell or my beard, but like only in the Philippines someone thought of this cliffhanger right here, this like schnoz of mine is attractive. I've had people like want to touch it or just compliment me on my nose. They love this high bridge. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm never one to be self-conscious or whatever. But if there was ever anything I thought of myself was like, oh, I got a big nose. And I know I broke my nose a couple times, so it's all over the place. But apparently, people in the Philippines seem to like it. Once again, we all want what we don't have, right? So typically Asians, they don't have this high bridge, so they like it on a guy or a girl too, I guess. I'm heading back to the USA to regroup, and then I'll be heading to Japan next. Excuse me, I think I've seen that also rich Filipinos don't care about foreigners as much. I'm Mexican American. Oh, thank you, Dan, for sharing. I hope you have a great time in Japan. Yeah, rich Filipinos don't care if you're a foreigner or whatever. So, or even people that have options, right? Sometimes a 25-year-old would much rather be the 25-year-old if they both feel like they're financially stable or yeah, there's no need to be with a foreigner. There's always a catch, and sometimes that catch we know as foreigners. I mean, I don't know a single guy. If someone says that that's not true, they're just lying to themselves. Oh, Dan, they think you're Filipino because you're Mexican, so you have maybe some same features. Let's see. Traveler says, how about the language? Even though you are in the Philippines, is it still broken or fluent when trying to connect with females compared to the Thailand and all the tourist towns? Traveler, so I assume you haven't watched too many of the interviews on the channel because if you like, you'll see they speak fluently in the Philippines, at least in Cebu, where I am, and many of the major cities, and a lot more than any other Asian country that I know of. Maybe Hong Kong or Taiwan, but I've never been there, so I can't really compare. But the Philippines, people speak fluently. You can have an in-depth conversation with a female or a male in the Philippines, whereas in Thailand, Vietnam for sure, Cambodia, Laos, you, you have to find someone that speaks English, that went to school, that's either well, influenced by the West somehow, whether they went to school in the US or something, to have a deeper conversation. Although Thai people, Vietnamese people, because I've been here now for 2 weeks, they speak English. It's nowhere near, not even close to the level of the Philippines in general when you're speaking to just like as a community as a whole. Like I'm lucky enough that, for example, Palm, she's fluent, she speaks perfectly English. Like so, I have no problem communicating. But Palm is a rare, rare breed. You know, she does her own thing. But yeah, so Philippines is fine. They'll do just okay for sure. Even the small towns, I went to like small islands, and I never had any problem communicating to anyone. Ricardo, let me guess, a Filipino broke your heart? Me? Never. No one's ever broken my heart, especially a Filipina. And especially, I'm just trying to save you guys from a broken wallet. No, not a Filipino has broken my heart. And I'm putting this out there to 100,000 viewers. If you're a Filipina that's broken my heart, let everybody know. You know, no Filipino has broken my heart. But oh, that's one more thing. Good guess, but not true. Um, Willie Hernandez, when I was there for vacation last year and this year, I had no problem meeting women. on the influential side. It all depends as where you are going to meet these women and the circle of friends. Yes, Willie Hernandez, you're right. But who are your circle of friends, right? And who are you? Because I know you're Filipina or Filipino. You're Filipino American, right? Or American Filipino. Either which way, that's exactly my point. Your circle of friends. You probably had access to places and friends that we as foreigners didn't, right? And that's also very true. That's a good point. As a foreigner, if you go to like a proper lounge, maybe a rooftop bar, and in a fancier place, then of course you have access to these women. But at that point, if they like you, they're gonna like you for you, not because you're a foreigner. That's the clear distinction I want to make. So when I'm talking about like uh, influential or like affluent people, people have money or whatever, they don't care about your foreigner status first. They care about you, then maybe the foreigner thing. Whereas in middle class, lower class Filipinos, they care if you're a foreigner as well as who you are. So it just reverses what the priority is. Dan says, I've been there or here a year now. I'm beginning to learn the language. Oh, this is about how Latin America is. I've been here for a year now. I'm beginning to learn the language similar to Spanish. Oh, never mind. It's the Philippines. I've been here a year, beginning to learn the language. It's similar to Spanish, and Spanish is my second language. And I teach them words, and they use a lot of words when I'm around them. Yeah, so for those that don't know, I don't even know much, but from what I hear, the Philippines was conquered, or I don't know, but there's a huge Spanish influence in the Philippines. So at some point, the Spaniards came over. I don't know how many years they ruled or what they did. I don't know the history of it, but I know there's a lot of Spanish influence in the Philippines, from the churches to the language to even, I'm sure, some food, and even the way that people look, I'm sure has a lot to do with some of the Spanish people that were here in the past. East Coast Refugee, a member of the channel. Hi, Alex. I'm here finally. Hope you're enjoying NAM. Thank you. I wonder how the internet there versus the Philippines. So far, no issues, but too early to compare, I think. Both of the places that I stayed had some connectivity issues. This one, my screen keeps freezing once in a while. I don't know if that's from like the website or because I have too many things open or what's going on, or if that's from the internet. So it's not the greatest. And the last place, the internet kept going in and out, so that wasn't the greatest either. Now I don't know if that's just the two places I stayed at, or whether that's just Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh. But I do know that Vietnam is really into, as far as like startups and tech and all that. So I have a feeling it might be a little bit better than the Philippines, but I really don't know. And but I know the speeds are higher. Both the places I checked the speeds, there were over 100 megabits of upload and download. So, but sometimes the connectivity that's important, not just the speed. Samantha says, and that's hard to do, Alex, to keep it calm, even when you don't agree. Yeah, because you want to get your point across. Sometimes the best way to do that is shout or yell or be louder than the voice you hear, whether through obviously audible or just texting someone. It's difficult to remain calm, but that's a great point you made right there, Samantha. It's not easy. Travel says, check out Hua Hin. This was voted the 10th romantic place in the world. The food is very, very good. It's nice until about 4 p.m. when the tourist buses show up. So go there before 4 p.m. Oh, thank you for the tip, Traveler. I appreciate that. I'll definitely consider that. Awesome. Rambler says, Vietnam, wow, lucky you. Alex, how's the weather in Vietnam? And Philippines also, I hear Vietnam is much cleaner. Uh, as far as cleanliness, the I stayed in Ho Chi Minh for a week, and in District One, which is like the better district, one of the better ones, where all the tourist things are. And I just came here Hanoi yesterday, so once again, it's hard for me to compare. But as far as the weather goes, it's a bit cooler. I'm very surprised here; it's not as humid as the Philippines. And even yesterday, the temperature when I arrived in Hanoi was at 36 degrees. And although it was hot, it wasn't as humid as the Philippines. And it's very easy for me to tell because I don't just sweat as much. I use a napkin, so I know for a fact I didn't use it as much as I do in the Philippines, so I was less sweaty. Okay, let's take a break quickly. 100 people still watching this. Thank you for being here. If you're new, I'm telling everybody here I'm in Vietnam. I came here for a short break. I'll come back to the Philippines very soon. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and feel free to use super chat, super stickers if you want your answers or questions and answers quicker. And consider checking out memberships so you get a lot more behind the scenes content, bloopers, a 1 hour video call with myself, my WhatsApp number, and so much more. So yeah, do all that while I take a sip of this. Traveler says, so if Philippines is your home base, does that mean you like it better than Thailand? What are your thoughts? It's hard for me to like any country better than any other country. So far, I've never been to a single place I didn't enjoy. So for me, the main reason why I'm in the Philippines more than any other country are two or three big reasons. And I'll be honest with you guys. Number one is the visa situation. I can stay there longer without having to worry about leaving and coming back. So the fact that I feel welcome in the Philippines by the government is a big bonus for me. It does me a lot of just feels better, and I don't have to worry about renewing my visa or leaving the country and coming back. So that's a big bonus for someone like myself working and living abroad. The second thing is the people. The people are very kind, and I'm not saying Thai people are not kind. For all I know, they could be kinder than the Filipinos. I don't know. But the language, the English thing, is where I can tell the difference, right? So it's just easier for me to communicate with the locals. And then what that does is makes it easier for me to make videos in the Philippines, right? So, for example, I did a YouTube video on Thai women dating foreigner men, similar kind of stuff I do in the Philippines. And although they were so sweet and friendly and kind, there was a lot of times where I couldn't advance the conversation or ask in-depth questions or joke around. I do a lot of flirting and joking and just to try to get the people's personality out and it's for entertainment. So all the stuff, I just felt a little bit more constrained in Thailand. So when you consider all those things, it's like the reason why I chose the Philippines over Thailand. Henry Nunes, bro, are you coming back to the Philippines? Henry, yes, 100%. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Maybe three max. Jan says, don't give away your money. You work hard for what you have. Many, not all women judge you based upon what you can provide them. Don't be taken in only by physical beauty. That's true. Well said, right? So, but very important, we men also put that physical beauty as the level. So, like, they want money, we want looks. It's a fair trade, right? So, if you don't want to give up your money, start dating an ugly chick, kind of thing. I hate to be that blunt, or start dating someone your level. So, if you're 65 years old and you earn all that money, good for you, awesome. Then go ahead and date a 65-year-old if you want equality, right? So, keep that in mind. I'm all for like equality and all that, but sometimes it's not equal, right? So I know if I'm like 70 or 75 years old and I want someone that's 25 years old, right now the way I'm thinking, I would be very aware that this person likes me for my money, right? So yeah, it's just one of those things. Just be aware. You're right, though. Don't give away your money just because someone looks good. But if you want to have a good-looking partner, then you better be willing to offer something besides just like your 65 to 75-year-old self. I wish it wasn't like that, but this is the way the world is. Henry says, time welcome Philippines is great again by the leadership of my beloved President Bong Bong Marcos. Bong Bong. That's hilarious. I remember that guy's nickname is Bong Bong. I don't mean to be rude. It just sounds funny, like to my ear. Pro Bus says, are there any digital nomads in the mid-20s in the Philippines? Any? Yes, there are. I've seen a lot of Russians lately in Cebu City itself that seem to be in their 20s and always working from the laptops. I spoke to a few as well. But as far as Americans, Canadians, Australians, younger people don't tend to stay long. I have to admit. They come, they do the thing, and they leave. A lot of people come to Boracay, Palawan, Cebu. They're there for 2 weeks, 1 month maximum. They travel, they experience, and they kind of leave. Philippines seems to be like a stopover for younger people, whereas for older people, it seems to be a retirement place, a longer term kind of stay. I kind of feel like I'm in the middle of that. That's why I keep going in and out. So it's really, but yeah, I've seen some. Also, purchasing a translator and show us how good it works while traveling. What the translator? Why? I don't. I got Google. Google Translate works just fine for me. Pictures, you can take photos, do all that stuff. But I saw something really cool where the person's got like two earphones or earbuds, whatever you want to call them, You put one in your ear, one in their ear. It's crazy. You talk and they listen to it in their own language of choice, which is insane. And they talk in their language and you hear it in English. What? Awesome. I seen that. It's a real thing. Prove me wrong. I'll buy it, especially if you're dating someone that they don't speak. Let's say you come to Thailand or Vietnam and you meet someone you really want to talk to, but they just don't have that English level perfected. You stick one of those in your ear, give one to her. You speak English, she speaks Vietnamese, and next thing you know, you're having a proper conversation. Hello. Um, Traveler says this would make more viewers. Wait, did I misunderstand the top one? Also, purchasing a translator and show us how good it works while traveling. This would make more viewers feel better about traveling if you can only actually show them a translator can be a game changer. Fluent Talk by Tim McKettle T1 Mini Translator. Yeah, I have no idea what those are, Traveler, but it may be something I was just talking about too. Christopher says, "What do you need to have what? What do you need to have to go to the Philippines, and how long can you stay?" I assume you're talking about like documentation. All you need is a passport from almost any Western country that allows you to stay there 30 days free of visa. Your passport needs to be good for 6 months, which means it can't be expired within the next 6 months. And then you need an onward ticket. So you have to show them that you intend to leave the Philippines within 30 days. But after you're in the Philippines, you can go ahead and extend your stay up to 3 years without having to leave the country. All you do is you show up at the immigration office, you fill up some forms, you give your money, and they extend your stay 2 months, 6 months, and you can only extend it once to a maximum of 6 months, and you keep doing that over and over. But on your first extension, it can only be 30 days. So, but regardless, the Philippines has the easiest visa extension from any country I've ever been to. Jan says many of the younger Filipinos have English as a second language taught early in school, not so with the older people who may have not had any or some opportunity. Well said, exactly. But as I mentioned earlier, I haven't had a chance to really interact with too many older people because they don't want to be on camera. And yeah, so that's the main reason. And the older people around me, like my condo or working or cafes and stuff, that I've heard them speak English too. But you're right, Jan. Of course, a lot of the younger people speak a lot more English than the older ones. Alex, I wanted to ask you, need to be vaccinated to the Philippines coming from Canada? No, you do not. I don't remember showing my vaccination card. And I know you don't need vaccination because I saw a guy and I interviewed him, and he was there because he got rejected in Indonesia because he wasn't vaccinated, so he came to the Philippines instead. Yeah, but of course, double check the requirements before you come. Don't just listen to me. Kuya, Mackie says 333 years. I guess you mean 33 years? Oh, you mean the history of the Spaniards conquering the Philippines. Thank you. Yeah, that was a long time ago when I asked that. So, guys, if you want to answer, actually, yeah, just hold on a second. I'll get to everybody's questions. One moment, please. Willie Hernandez. I like this question. Do you plan on checking out Kuala Lumpur in the near future? I plan to stay there for about a month to check out next year. Willie, I just came from Kuala Lumpur. Check out the channel for videos on Kuala Lumpur, Cameron Highlands, and Penang in Malaysia. I love Malaysia, one of the biggest surprising countries I've been to. So go ahead and check those out, Willy Wonka. Actually, I just had a 1 hour video call with someone else, which was you. No, that was Samuel. I just had a 1 hour video call where we compared Malaysia to the Philippines because the member wanted to know the differences, and we went through everything. So yeah, really, definitely check out the videos on Kuala Lumpur and Malaysia. I had a great time there. BJ, hello Alex, good evening. I think, are you back in Canada now? BJ, I'm not in Canada. I'm just in Vietnam. I'll be here for 2 weeks and I'll go back to the Philippines. You know what's funny? I was making videos yesterday or the day before, and when I was interviewing people, I kept saying the Philippines. I'm like, oh, Vietnam. I'm in Vietnam now. So yeah, I'm in Vietnam. Steel City. I can't wait to sweat while eating. That's a direct reference to my video I released last time eating street food. You're gonna sweat, bro. Trust me. It's gonna be sweaty if you're outside. Hanoi, sorry, traveler says Hanoi. Are you talking about? I don't know where this is now. Uh, Willie Hernandez says, well, what I've found that the foreigners that I've hung out with are not aware of the places to go where these influential people frequent. I took a few foreigners with me and they had a great time. Yes, exactly. So to know someone or to know exactly where to go is the key. And a lot of times people come to the same places that everybody goes to because it's convenient, it's easy, it's what we only know, right? So if someone comes to the Philippines for the first time and they land in Cebu, most of them are going to try either Mactan Island, IT Park, or Cebu Ayala Business Park. Very few, or Fuentes Circle, where the bars and stuff is. Very few people would come here without any knowledge and stay in anywhere else because most of them want comfort, like familiarity, and that's just what they know and heard and seen on YouTube, right? So to have someone that can show you around or tell you where to go is really, really cool and important to experience places authentically and just differently. How to make friends with other Westerners in the Philippines. Bro, that's a good thing. You both are foreigners. You just say hello and they say hello. Where are you from? You'll be surprised how many people I talk to that either want to have a coffee, have lunch, want to go for a walk, or even want to see what I do and how I do it. Just even if I didn't have the camera in my hand, foreigners usually tend to be a little bit more open-minded in Asia than back home because they've taken that chance. They've come out here. So although some of them are still a little bit grumpy at times, those are the ones that have been here a long time and they've done so many things or seen so many things and are just getting like either fed up with some of the inconveniences or something. But most foreigners will say hello to you, just say hi, ask them where they're from, and it's simple as that. But there's also foreigner expat groups on Facebook. There's meetups you can join. What else can you do? And that's basically it. But there's lots of ways. Henry says, bro, if you have time to come to, bro, if you have time to come here in the Philippines, you can't visit here, Binan Laguna. People here is hospitable. Better you come with some Tagalog, easy to communicate, to speak English. Got you a little bit. So visit that place for sure. Beaner, Bino, Mexico says that type of nose is manly. I'm a very big man then. Big man things. Big nose man. Hello, Alex. Greetings from Philippines. Buongiorno, Margie. Henry Nunez, bro, thank you so much for your explore here about culture you have here in the Philippines. Take care and God bless your journey, bro. Thank you, Henry. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you for watching, asking questions, and always being supportive. Bro Bus, I'm 24. I want to come to the Philippines and work as a digital nomad, but I'm worried I'm going to end up alone as most foreigners are old as fuck. How can I make friendship with Filipinos? Very easy, bro. Just offer somebody a beer. Filipinos, man, they'll be your friends without you even trying. So many people will come up to you. They'll ask you, where are you from? What are you doing here? What's your name? Walk by any like barangay or neighborhood and ask to shoot a basketball with the kids or the teenagers or even the grown men. People are super friendly in Philippines. That is not going to be an issue. If you're outside and visible, somebody will talk to you, especially if you're 24, because you're like perfect age for people that want to date you, for people that want to get to know you. And if people are old, just start hanging out with people your age that are Filipinos, like you mentioned, right? But that's not an issue. You make friends very easily. There's Facebook groups. There's an app called Meetup. There's like English language exchange apps. There's countless things you can do. Don't worry about that. That should be like the last concern you have. You won't be lonely in the Philippines. East Coast refugee, a member of the channel. Western guys are too hung up on girls having reasons other than love for being with them. Honestly, this is why Western relationships are very fragile. Love isn't enough. East Coast refugee, that's very true, but I'd have to blame the women for that in the West. So women in the West are very hung up on a guy having six figures, 6 feet tall, and being well hung, and they want everything. So men are starting to say, well, how can we give you everything when you can't, you just bring yourself?
And women don't typically just bring love, they just bring their physical body in the West. So their looks, right? The hair, the face, the ass, the tits, all that stuff. So men want more. Any guy that experiences true love, I'm sure, can care less about what else she brings to the table. So true love or someone that genuinely cares about you is very difficult to find. And yeah, so that's the reason. But I do agree. So sometimes if somebody wants more than just love, it's going to be difficult to find these proper relate. I think the whole relationship seems a mess. Whether in the West or in the East, you're going to have to deal with some kind of complication. In the West, you're competing with this ideology that women want a perfect guy. In the East, you're having to filter out who wants money, who wants a green card, who wants to have a better life compared to who really likes you, right? So, yeah, you have to pick your poison. Maximilian. Older people can speak English as well, only with heavier accent. Americans colonized Philippines, so most people know how to speak basic English. I agree. I've not met many people that don't know how to speak English in the Philippines. Travel, love it. They want money. We want looks. It is what it is. A lot of immigrants want to send half their paychecks to families. I know a lady still supporting her 45-year-old son. Yeah, that's a fact. Do you have any relatives in the U.S.? I have some family friends in Miami, but that's about as far as relatives in the U.S. go. But Willie said, in all honesty, it's tiring hanging out with the so-called influential women. I prefer the more down-to-earth, traditional type of Filipina. The former is the kind of trying to escape from the U.S. Yeah, exactly. Because now you're just dealing with another westernized woman. Jan said, what kind of vaccines are needed to travel to Asia? I am not taking about COVID. I know there are mosquito illnesses. Maybe consulting a family doctor would be more informative. Yeah, for sure. I have no idea. I know that dengue fever was really high in Thailand a few months ago. Um, but definitely check out to see, oh my God, Willie, before we go on, Willie Hernandez. So Willie is so generous that he's gone ahead and donated $25 to my PayPal account. I don't know if you want that to be public, Willie. Sorry, I should have asked you first. But regardless, he doesn't want YouTube taking a chunk of the proceeds, so he just directly sends me 25 bucks on PayPal. Willie, thank you so much. That's like a day's of rent, so I appreciate that for sure. Jan says, what kind of vaccines? Yeah, so definitely talk to your doctor. I don't really know personally. I'm not vaccinated for anything uh, except for COVID, but that was just to be able to travel. I know dengue fever was, but you should definitely talk to your doctor. I don't really know. Sir, have you had any experience in trouble like services, misunderstanding people in the Philippines? Zero. I never had any trouble talking to people, misunderstanding people. There's been times where there's been like complications, they want more money or something, but that's just a personal, individual behavior, not in the country as far as services or misunderstandings. There's been like questions where I don't know why they do certain things a certain way, but I've gone ahead and learned that that's how they do in the Philippines and quickly adapted to that. But as far as language wise, there's been no misunderstanding. Gatsby Talco says, life or live a simple life in the Philippines. Surely you will enjoy. Yeah. So that's always been like a topic of conversation. The Philippines is not a perfect country. It's not just like the country you're coming from. And that applies all across the board in any industry, customer service, people, relationships, daily life, right? So if you don't agree with it, that's okay, but you have to learn to either accept it or find a solution that works for you. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to work and operate the exact same way. Now, if you're coming here and you don't want to downgrade your lifestyle, then you have to pay for that. Then you got to go live in these like real like expensive communities, go live in like Makati or BGC or pay for it basically because it's not developed to the point where you're going to have everything you need exactly how you want it. Like for me, for example, the internet issue, once in a while, I have some trouble connecting during a live stream. Do I get annoyed? Yes. But do I understand why it happens? Yeah, I do. So keep that in mind. And that is something that's going to really either make your stay enjoyable in the Philippines, or can really bring you down quickly and just kind of snowball into this negative mindset. And then you're going to start complaining about everything and anything. Oh, they don't have Coca-Cola. My life is ruined. Oh, this is out of order. What can I order? It's just like stuff like that's going to happen, but just try to live a simple life. Well said, Gatsby. BJ says, as for vaccines, I already had my Hep B. I made sure to get my Hep C before going to the Philippines. You need about 4 to 6 months for these series of shots. Forget about it. Actually, no, don't forget about it. I'm just joking. See your doctor. Willie, yes, thank you. You prefer PayPal? I do too. I get all of it instead of like 65% of it or 63% of it. Thank you, Willie. I appreciate that support. Thank you. Jan says, I think Western women have lost their mind. Just joking. I think Western women have lost their femininity toward men there. Like you said, they expect Superman, which is unrealistic. Filipino women seem to be more geared for family values. Yes, they definitely seem that way, but just make sure you find a real Filipino woman that is not heavily influenced by Western culture, or they have other alternative motives like money or whatever else. Exactly. So you go. G-Boy says there's no perfect country anywhere in the world. That's true. If it were, I'd be in that country right now. Even Canada, I get a lot of questions. Why did you leave Canada? People are trying to get to Canada. At this stage of my life and what's going on in Canada, it's not the best country for me. Will I go back in the future and have a family there? I don't know. But right now, I'm living in the moment. I can't think 20, 30 years ahead and waste my 30s and my 40s being worried about my 60s and my 70s. You got to plan a little bit, but you can't live in fear either, right? So I didn't want to be there just for a safe paycheck, for a safe country, relatively, for all the comforts that it was too comfortable. It's like every day was just like a robot going in and out of, like, I don't know. I don't like it, so I moved. Henry says, all over the world, there's no perfect. Yeah, we have different cultures, I think you mean, but not so much bad people. Filipino is a harmless people, I guess. Ocean Cat, hi. Remo in Cebu now. Up for a beer? Remo, is that a joke? The whole video is about me not being in the Philippines. Right now, I'm in Vietnam and Hanoi, in the capital city. I'm excited today. After this, I'm going to get out there and explore my neighborhood. That's one of my favorite things to do when I arrive somewhere. I can't wait to just get out and just like walk around for hours, man. I like going this way and that way, up and down, stopping at different cafes. Yesterday, I came here. It was late night. Well, not late night. It was in the evening, so I didn't get a chance to explore too much. But real nearby my place is this American Style burger joint. I'm like, how good is this burger? It got really good reviews. I went inside, and you pick your bun, you pick your patty, you pick your toppings. Man, this was one of the best burgers I ever had. And the guy was so friendly. It was a nice establishment. It was clean. And it came to like $8 US, but expensive for here, but definitely worth the price because of all the stuff I got. Like a proper burger, proper French fries, proper service. So I got burger, fries, 3 additional toppings on my burger, like sauteed onions, crispy onions, and peppers and stuff. I got salsa in there, barbecue sauce, chili sauce, side of French fries, and a Coke for $8. Can't get that at McDonald's. I know it's expensive for here, but it's still probably half the price, if not 1/3 of the price you pay back home. Anyhow, back to the vaccine. I meant to say Hep A. There's no vaccine for Hep C. It could be Hep whatever, but thank you for sharing, BJ. See your doctor. If you're coming here, go get a checkup. Make sure that you're fully vaccinated so you don't catch anything in the Philippines. Alan Watts, 3K more subs to 100,000. Just a reminder. A big effing achievement, brother. It's not easy. Always remind people to hit that like button for engagement and make that algos favor you. God bless. Well said, Alan. We'll get to that comment in a second. But yeah, guys, take it a second. Show some love to me and Alan. Hit that like button. It only takes a second. I mean, you're sitting there anyways. Call Everest College. Yeah, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Consider using Super Chat, Super Stickers. Ask your questions. Feel free to share your opinions about anything, guys. This place on YouTube, my channel, you have, unless you're being completely a dick, you have freedom to say whatever you want and ask any questions you have. I'm more than happy to share. But it looks like I'm running low on water. I hope this lasts me. We're only woohoo! We're an hour and a half into this live stream. I'm curious how long I'm gonna go. Armin. Well, first of all, before I continue further, let's. What happened to? I want to say thank you to Alan first. Alan, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that comment. I know 100,000 subscribers is a lot. I never ever, when I first started the channel, would imagine my channel reach 100,000 subscribers, where I can potentially get like a silver plaque from YouTube. So we're gonna open that together if I reach that goal and they send it to me. Um, you guys have been wonderful, man. Like honestly, I've tried to make my videos better as I can, but I'm limited to my creativity. I'm not a creative person, so I try to at least bring me people exactly what you want to see, perhaps. So I'm trying to do my best on my side. You guys have been more than supportive and helpful, and you're the reason why I continue making YouTube videos today. I started not doing YouTube for anybody, but now I am making videos for you guys as much as I am for myself. So yeah, thank you guys. Tim says, "What do you mean downgrading your lifestyle? If you live in the Philippines, a foreigner who is thinking of living in another country should expect that it will not be the same as the country." Yeah, so Tim, that's what I mean. Like what I meant by downgrading your lifestyle. I mean, you might not have like the first world luxuries or, for example, customer service. And when I say downgrading, I'm quoting people that I'm hearing when they complain about the Philippines, right? So maybe you don't get something as fast as you want. Maybe some things are out of order or out of stock. Maybe the infrastructure isn't as modern and advanced as where you come from. Maybe they don't have certain things, right? Maybe they don't have the proper lanes for your bike to be riding around, so things like that. People in the Philippines right now, from what I see, they have important things to take care of, like their families, to go to work. They can't, there are bigger things for them to worry about than serving your drink with 3 pieces of lettuce, or I mean whatever. So small things like that that people sometimes complain about. Like you said, if you come into a new country, you have to expect it's not as their own country. Armin says, "You're living the dream." I am. Thank you, Armin. I feel like I'm living the dream. I'm very blessed and thankful, and there's not a day where I don't recognize that. My travel says, "Just came back from the 2 weeks vacation in the Philippines, and I can't wait to go back soon." Well, ho, ho, I can't wait for you to go back too, and I'm glad you had a great time. The Rambler, not sure the location, but try to go the Dragon Bridge. The Dragon Bridge might be here even in Hanoi. Or is that the other bridge with the hand? I don't know. Let's take a look at the location. The Dragon Bridge. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's in Da Nang. Okay. I know Palm been to Da Nang. She loved it there. Maybe I'll go to Da Nang too. Maybe Palm will come with me. Maybe she'll drive me around and teach me how to ride a scooter for one day, I crashed last time. It's okay. One more chance. From what I've seen, you need patience because it appears to be long lines in many places. Bookkeeping is still handwritten in many establishments. Receipts and time credit cards may be more accepted. Yes, everything you've said is true from what I've seen. Long lineups at ATMs, at grocery stores, even at just getting coffee or something. So you prepare for that. Once you learn how it works, you got to be prepared. Don't go to the ATMs on a weekend, Sunday afternoon after church at the mall, for example, right? So, or yeah, grocery stores, try to go at times that are not like after work or on a weekend because they do handwrite everything. So when I give them my credit card, many places, so they swipe it, they type in the stuff in the computer, then they handwrite something on a separate piece of paper, then they get you to sign it, then they got to go get somebody to come and like approve something. So all these things can happen. But if you're there thinking you can simply tap your card and get out, it's not going to happen. It might happen in some places like a fancy cafe or something, but regular life, that kind of stuff could happen. But is that something you really want to be complaining about? I mean, just saying, bro, I have a dream. And biz station to some foreigner to give a free accommodation here in the Philippines. I bless me, I can't do it. Bro, I have a dreams and biz station, is that the right word? To some foreigner to give a free accommodation here in the Philippines. And bless me, I can't do it. Oh, okay, so you want some foreigner to provide free accommodation. Okay, sure. I just heard some like it felt like somebody's coming out the closet, man. But yeah, I don't know what you're saying, but Henry, I wish your dreams come true. Maybe you can rephrase that question. Bear Claw, you trying to get my secrets? My primary camera should be it's just a GoPro. I use a GoPro 10 for my camera. That's it. Tonella, Tionella. Sorry, I don't know how to say that name. Tonella? Hi, I'm a new subscriber to your vlogs. I'm just wondering, is your permanent address still in Canada? Yes, my permanent address is in Canada. Um, yeah, that's it. So right now I'm in Vietnam. Oh, we're coming down to the last comment. Tim says foreigners should bear in mind that the Philippines is primarily a tourist destination, not a retirement home. Well said. It'll be good for foreigners to retire their own country. Stop complaining. Yeah, exactly. And it's like they're not designed for people to come and retire here. Yeah, you can design it yourself, maybe get some help or whatever, but that's a great point you make, Tim. Exactly. That's how it should be thought of. If you're coming for vacation and you want to stay longer, then you have to prepare yourself for everything that is not meant for you to stay here longer, right? So whether that's like accommodation, taxes, medical care, whatever the situation is, right? Because people have been living in the Philippines for how many years, right? They seem to be doing okay. So as far as retirement goes, you just got to plan better. Willie Hernandez, you're trading for an Willie Hernandez says you're trading for an affordable lifestyle when you move to the Philippines when it comes to the financial and cost of living. My calculation shows 4 times the value for your currency versus pesos to live comfortably. Exactly. So Willie Hernandez is making a great point. If you're coming here, that's where you're exchanging some of that affordability and what you're getting back for your money. So a lot of people come here thinking that they're going to be kings for $1,000 or $2,000 a month. That's not how it works. How much would it take for you to be a king in your home country? Maybe $20,000 a month or $10,000 a month. But you could do that for about $3,000 a month in the Philippines to live that kind of, you know, lifestyle that you have in mind, or maybe 4,000 a month. Regardless, the Philippines is much more affordable than many, all Western countries. I can't think of any that are more affordable. Um, AI, Philippines good for just freestyle travel, not knowing anyone there. Yeah, it's a great place. That's I think from all the countries that I've been to, as far as freestyle traveling to just randomly go somewhere and just explore, the Philippines has to be one of the easiest ones because I mean, aside from the getting from one place to another, the bus and all that, as far as the people, they will help you. They'll speak to you in English. They can tell you where to eat, what to do. They're very friendly. And don't ever forget how beautiful the Philippines is as far as a country goes, right? So you have beautiful beaches, mountains, like trekking and hills and all these things you can do. And they still got modern cities. So it gives you a little bit of everything. Alex says, I wish you luck. I hope YouTube will fund your travels and look forward to what's next. Thank you, Alex. That's very kind of you. I wish for that too. And obviously, the more money I make from YouTube, the more places I'm able to see. And because then I'm able to stay shorter term instead of long term. And I'm able to do more things to show you guys more things. It's like, honestly, you guys are what making this happen for me. So I really appreciate everything you're saying, Alex. Um, Catheter says 4 years Navy, have been to many countries. Hey, that's exciting. Alex, question, what about money in banks? Can I use my bank card in the Philippines? Let's say I want to stay like 6 months. What's the plan for money? Hope you understand. The Rambler, that's a great question. I would recommend get yourself a couple Visa or MasterCards. Make sure that they don't have any annual fees and they don't have any foreign transaction fees. And by doing that, you can go ahead and just, what I do personally, I don't carry a lot of cash on me. I take money out of ATMs. So when I use my card, I basically pay $5 on every 30,000 pesos. So I withdraw maybe 2 times within a month. So 60,000 pesos. I pay my rent with that money. I go eat with that money. And whenever I go buy something big, or if I'm out at a dinner or something that's costing me a lot of money, I simply just use my Visa or MasterCard, so I don't have to keep taking money out of the bank, whatever. So for me, for 6 months, honestly, I would just take money out of the ATM, whether it's your debit card, your MasterCard, your Visa card, but make sure that those fees aren't too much. So by getting a card that has zero annual fee, zero foreign transaction fee, and there's always going to be a cash advance fee, but regardless, you're taking a small hit because with your credit card, or at least with mine, the exchange rate is the same as Google. So I don't lose any money when it comes to that. So I basically get what I pay for. If you send money through Western Union, you lose a lot of money in the exchange rate. So you pay a fee and you lose money on your exchange rate. I don't recommend that. And wire transfer, same thing. If you're using a, which you have to be, a middleman, basically, they take some of that money. So that's my suggestion. Jan says, I'm a new subscriber also. How long have you been doing this? I've been doing this for 2 years, just over 2 years. I started in Turkey and I've made my way through several, actually 3 years before that even, but YouTube started in 2 years. Yeah. The Vok2 says, or Tim, the Vok2, Tim says, the Philippines is a friendly nation historically. As the Jews and the White Russians, Filipinos are accommodating because of their religious values, not because they're like you personally. So that's a great point. Regardless, the Filipinos are very accommodating and hospitable. Um, Although, for me personally, maybe because of my daily routine, I haven't really seen too much religious influence on the Filipinos themselves, or just the people that within my circle of people. That's not to say they're not, and the majority of the country isn't religious, but for my day to day life, I haven't seen too much influence from religion. But historically, for sure, and as a country, definitely. But just saying from my personal experience. Alex says, I think the appeal is the escape from modern countries where life feels lonely, climate doesn't hurt. Yeah, a lot of things, right? So the reason why people live abroad or the Philippines is everything you said and more, right? So Canada is cold in the winter. The U.S., many states are cold in the winter, if not all of them, most of them. Sweden, Finland, any European country up there is cold in the winter, rainy, gloomy. Nobody wants to work for the rest of their life just so they can. We're basically paying to live, right? Like the lifestyle in the West, unless you have a really good job. If you have a really good job, you're going to work every day. I don't know. It's too much going on in the West, so people are just choosing the Philippines. Whenever I'm stuck in line in the States and I'm starting to get impatient, I tell myself, relax. I plan to live in the Philippines. I plan to live in the Philippines. Yeah, it's a good like training session, right? A good training session to when you come here. Remitly. What does that mean? Can you explain how Remitly works, Kofax? So I guess it's a service, but how much money do they take? Let me know. How do you use it in the Philippines? If I'm in the Philippines and I want money, how does Remitly help me? East Coast refugee says, I'd like to see you in Latin America, Alex, eventually, of course. East Coast refugee, I promise you, I will be there unless I die or something. But yeah, that's the plan. Joe says, hi, Alex, why are you leaving? Joe, I'm just taking a short break, a small vacation for a couple of weeks here in Hanoi, in Vietnam. I'll be back in the Philippines within the next 2 or 3 weeks max. Why is there so many YouTube vloggers coming to Philippines for views? Question mark? Yes, for views. It's a great place to get views. Maybe, but a lot of them come for views for sure, but a lot of them come for other reasons. I don't know a lot of them, but some people come for other reasons. But yeah, views are one of the, but it's also kind of like it's not just the views because I'll tell you some countries that do a lot better than the Philippines if you just want views. Go to India, go to Pakistan, go to Nepal, go to Bangladesh, and your subscribers and your views will skyrocket. If you're a YouTuber, you want to go check out those countries, but then what are you exchanging for that? Right? So ask yourself, are the views worth it? Do you want to go to this country just for the views if you don't know much about it? If you don't care for the lifestyle, the religion, their way of living, their food. So, and how long do you want to stay? And what happens after you leave? So there's a lot of same things. So the Philippines is the views, but there's also a lot more to it, than, at least from my perspective, than just the views. Maybe not Colombia. Too many podcasters. Maybe East Coast refugee. Once again, so if I go to Colombia, it might just be for myself, for my vacation, for my enjoyment. Joe, that's funny. I hear the same thing. I didn't get that card, but I heard the same thing. Jan says, I hear Charles Schwab reimburses many of the fees. I've heard the same thing, guys. So if you're looking into credit cards, if you're in the US or Canada or anywhere, I guess that Charles Schwab is available. Take a look. Tim says Filipinos want to treat, or Filipinos wants to treat it as they treat others generally. Yes, there are bad guys in the Philippines too, just like the US and other countries. That's why Filipinos are big on security. Yes, of course. And like anywhere, you're gonna have good with the bad, but and once again, like most other countries, if you treat people with respect, they generally repay you the same thing. W says you make nice videos. I hope you can Eastern Canada as a base and do something like Action Kid channel, visiting US cities. We'll get lots of views. W, that's a good idea if I were interested in US and Canada. Unfortunately, I'm not. I just, not that they're not beautiful or anything. I just spent my life in Canada and I'm trying to see the world, right? And I understand that cities and counties and states are all different. Don't get me wrong, but I don't have the funds to be doing that in Canada or the US. Simple as that. I don't have the money to go check out any US or Canadian states the way I do here. How will I stay in any of these? I have to get a hotel, right? I can't do short-term rental. Okay, Airbnb. I guarantee you that any place in Asia is about 5 times, if not more, cheaper than places in Canada. If I had unlimited funds, I would love to. I probably would never have left Canada. I would have just done. I've never been to Vancouver, right? So there's a lot of beautiful places for sure. I know you said eastern side, but still, my point is like, if I had the money, I'd be visiting many places in Canada and the U.S. to start with, and maybe then come to Asia. But yeah, right now the money's not there, and I have no interest right now. So yeah. Kofax 395 in exchange. Please explain more, Kofax. So Remitly is what? How do I get my money to Remitly? Right? If I have to put money into Remitly and then go somewhere to take it out cash, right? So putting my money into Remitly, who's paying for that transaction? Not only that, where are these locations where I can use Remitly? I guess you can. That's not a problem. I'm sure you can get it from anywhere. So that 395, is that the charge or the price that I'm paying to put my money for my bank account into Remitly? And then what is the exchange rate that Remitly uses? Right. So there's a lot of things, but good idea, guys. Take a look at Remitly. It might be worth it. East Coast refugee, BJ, I agree with you on relaxing, but the standard of living should be higher in the States. Things are going downhill, especially at airports and customer service. Oh, yeah, airports are just falling apart, even in Canada. I know there's a lot of issue with lack of staff and big, huge lineups backing up. All right, I'm going to get a refill on my water. If you guys can, while I just fill my water up, please don't leave. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to use super chat, super stickers. Consider becoming a member of the channel for a lot more behind the scenes, bloopers, members only videos, live streams, status updates, a 1 hour video call with myself, my WhatsApp number. I'll be back in a second. Oh, my shoe. I left my shoe. Oh, I spilled some water. My ass hurts from sitting down for so long, like mowing ass. All right, all right, all right. I'm back. I am back. All right. I guess we're going past 2 hours on this live stream. Let's do it. Why not, right? Who needs comfort? You guys want to see this place? I'm afraid if I move the camera, though, it's gonna. We'll do it at the end. If I move the camera, I think it's gonna disconnect the camera, and then we're gonna have a big problem. Anyhow, getting back to the questions. Um, Tanella Verberger says, "What travel and health insurance do you have?" I use Safety Wing. Actually, they're my sponsor. I'm not gonna say that just because they're my sponsor. I was using Safety Wings before they even reached out to me. Safety Wings, what I use is $44 a month, and it covers me for up to $250,000 of any medical insurance, any admissions to the hospital, all the stuff. Take a look at Safety Wings. It might be a good option for you if you're not too old yet, because the older you get, the more expensive it gets, and it probably doesn't cover you for the things that you need. But for me, for my age, for my health condition, which I don't have any problems right now, um, Safety Wing, 44 bucks a month. Jan says, "Is Baguio less hot and humid being up in the mountains? I melt in hot humidity." Jen, you got to be melting out here like butter. So I do hear that Baguio is cooler. I looked into a flight from Vietnam to Baguio. It was almost 800 bucks. I'm like, what? I ain't doing that. Of course, it'd be cheaper if I just go to Manila and take another one to Baguio. But my point is, to go directly there was annoying. And I might consider going there at some point in the future. But yeah, Baguio apparently is cooler. W says, "In your opinion, how many of the guys, not vloggers, that are visiting, relocating to the Philippines or Thailand are just mongers?" All of them. Everybody's whoremongering in the Philippines, hands down. And I say everybody, everybody. Ain't nobody going there for no beach alone. Come on. You all like to say weather and people. Yeah, that's all great. But primary reason, everybody. Everybody. 99%, I'm going to say. Willie Hernandez, for planning to visit the Philippines, for people planning to visit the Philippines and are staying at a 4 or 5 star hotel, have them charge your card in your home currency. Otherwise, you will be charged a hidden fee. Oh, to convert the payment into pesos. Great tip. Great tip. So, of course, while I'm doing this, I got a notification says that this device will restart outside of active hours. Leave it on and plugged in. I'm going to go ahead and change the schedule of when this computer can update so we don't lose this live stream. Give me 1 second while I do this in case I can't talk. It's because of that. Acacio says, "Wise is cheaper to send money than Remitly." Yeah, sending money to who though? Like, sending money is one thing, but to send money to yourself and access your own money and pick it up at a specific location, right? We're talking about having money in your hand. So how do you get that digital currency into your hand, like fiat money into your physical hand, right? Somebody walk me through the steps here, step by step. Take your money from your bank, send it to Wise or Remitly. Then how do I get it? And where do I get it from? How much do I pay for that transaction and the service and everything else? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Okay, so I've scheduled the update to start later. We can get back to questions. I want to kind of quickly go over Willie's comment again. Yeah, guys, so if you're using for anywhere that you're staying and they ask you what you want to be charged in for your credit card, he's saying to go ahead and have them charge your card in your home currency. Otherwise, you will be charged a hidden fee to convert payment into pesos. Oh, okay. So yeah, go ahead and do that. I think I had that a couple like clothes shop. I bought a couple t-shirts. They did that. Question. Alex, I'm 58. I can't stand Quebec winters anymore. I know it's rain season, January, February, but can I get away with it? Oh yeah, you can get away with it. If you're living here in the Philippines, rainy season isn't so bad because like it'll rain for a couple hours really hard. It might be cloudy, but it's still better than the Quebec winters. That's for sure, at least in my opinion. And just stay home, watch a movie, relax. If you're with someone, significant other, eat some food, cook something, go to the mall, take a taxi to. Taxis are really cheap at least they're cheap, but traffic can be a problem sometimes. But regardless, you can still do a lot more here for a lot less. I'm saying don't let that be the reason not to come to the Philippines. I mean, if you're choosing when to come, yeah, ideally come during dry season, but I would still come here during rainy season personally. How much is the air ticket to Vietnam? I don't know where you're coming from, but for me, from if you're talking about Philippines to Cebu, I mean Cebu to Vietnam was just under 200 bucks US. I went from Cebu to Ho Chi Minh. East Coast refugee, all USCs are kind of merging together and very similar now. Okay. Yeah, I guess as time goes by, Deborah says, here and see you, Alex. Thank you. I guess that was at the beginning of the live stream. She's watching this, commenting. Excuse me. So East Coast refugee says all US cities are kind of merging together and are very similar now. I guess it just happens with time, maybe the way society is, and everybody becoming similar. When we're all kind of connected now, right? Through social media and everything, and have the same ideas. And I don't know why that is. Kind of interesting. ATM doesn't work in the province, but Remitly does. I don't know. Maybe. Uh, what? No ATMs in any provinces? How do you get money? You gotta get money from somewhere, no? Joe said Tesla stock is booming. That's good. Um, Rodello said lots of violence in some Western countries, rude people, poverty, drug, alcohol, mental issues, and more. Oh yeah, buddy. I agree. Kofax says Baguio is like weather in San Francisco. Okay, that's pretty cool. No I, no I in team. There's an I in win though. Acaster says no, it costs nothing from Remitly when you send money. Well, how they make the money then? Um, yeah, guys, just look at the Remitly and how it works, and you can actually get your money. Is it more expensive to rent in the Philippines or in Thailand? Pro bus, it's more expensive to rent in the Philippines. If you want same standards, let's say, basically, if you have two accommodations that are equal, it's more expensive in the Philippines. But if you want to live in the provinces in like the province life, I don't know. I've never lived there, but I assume it's cheaper. But then I've never lived in province life in Thailand either. But if you compare things equally, the Philippines is more expensive. Tim says, the Rambler, the Philippines is a tourist destination, not a retirement home. You can extend your stay if you are willing to spend the time and amount as your home country. It is not cheap. Yeah, that's true. Like I said before, if you want a similar lifestyles and all the comforts and everything you want, it's not going to be cheap in the Philippines. What about LGBT rights in the Philippines? I don't know about rights, but I know there's a lot of LGBT people. Like even in my video of the food, I think the woman was trans that was trying to sell me something. There was another one that I didn't put in the video that was trans as well. But trans people are everywhere in the Philippines. But I don't know politically how they're accepted or whatever. But the people culturally accept them as just gays or ladyboys or I don't know what they call them, but something. Jan says the Philippines is a developing country. I fear the day they lose their native charm. I see merchandising in the cities following Western values. I would have loved to be in the Philippines in the 70s or 80s. Right now, Cebu City and what I do in my daily life, I rarely feel like I'm in the Philippines, to be honest. Aside from the people, of course, in the malls, there's more Western shops than there are native shops for sure. In IT Park, there's more. This is all like Western cafes, like Starbucks or whatever, instead of local shops. And if the foreign influence is huge from other Asian countries now as well, like Korean culture is really popular in the Philippines. I don't know how it's gonna turn out in the future, but I would have loved to be in the Philippines in the 80s and just to kind of get the authentic experience a little bit. Of course, I couldn't be YouTubing at that time or doing something, but like if I were there just for a month or two, But pretty cool to see what that's like. BJ, the cost of housing is the main thing that draws foreigners to the Philippines for retirement. Plus, for English speakers, English is widely spoken. English is the main thing. Women probably second thing. Then there's everything else afterwards, in my opinion. East Coast refugee said digital nomads kind of ruin local cultures. They do, I admit. Many of them do. Like I remember a few years back when being a digital nomad was so popular, even more than now. When I was checking out Chiang Mai in Thailand, I just couldn't believe how many Westerners there were all in their laptops doing something. I mean, I can't say shit. I'm doing the same thing, but I have to agree with the comment there. Although it's not just digital nomads, it's also retirees, tourists, and any foreigner coming through any country for any reason, right? So right now, for example, I've seen an influx of Russians compared to last time, but that's understandable because of the war. Not everybody wants to be part of war. I see a lot of Koreans coming because it's very close to their country, it's cheap, and they got money to spend and they want to learn English. There's lots of Koreans in Cebu City. Even investments, right? I see so much construction happening in Cebu City. Like there's buildings being put up everywhere, and I can't get this out of my mind. How do they plan to move around? There's the lanes, and right now traffic is so bad. I can't imagine in 2 3 years when all these condos go up and they're all like filled with people. They're gonna have to like have some sort of underground, but or even like a secondary road above. This doesn't make sense. I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm not an engineer, but I see huge problems just with infrastructure alone. And then, yeah, I don't know. Digital nomads, they ruin stuff. Any tourist in any country, if not controlled. And then sometimes I think about maybe that's why Thailand is doing this with the 30 days only. Then I start thinking maybe Thailand, that's why they don't let you buy property, just like the Philippines. So you don't have this like influx of foreigners taking advantage of like taxes, cost of living, property, all that stuff. It's something we can't avoid, unfortunately, but I think as locals and governments that are not corrupt, it should be something that's like priority for people to try to like, kind of fix all that. I don't know. I'm not a politician. What am I talking about? I don't know. Please allow me to interview you when you return to the Philippines. Every man repeats the story. Who is this and where are you from? Mark, this can't be you, is it? Well, first of all, already, what's up with the name if you're not Mark? Like, did you want to steal his clout? Like, why you every man repeats the story? What's that all about? Why'd you pick that name? Every man, I want. I don't even see you out here, bro. Where are you at? I think you even have a picture of Mark up there, so I'm curious to know this channel. Send me the link to your channel and I'll see. Although I don't like to do interviews anymore, just too much of the same thing. But yeah, sure, send me a message. But why is this cheaper to send money anywhere to yourself? Okay, cool. Tim says to ProBus, the Philippines have two major religions, Islam and Christianity, which is about 95% of the population. Although the government is tolerant, there is no guarantee about the people. Oh, I see. I think you're talking about the LGBTQ plus community. Yeah. Pick up the money to yourself and pick up at a bank, AMF, if you're in the Philippines. It's your Gcash. Okay, that's just ways of getting that money to yourself. And B just says, although gay marriage is not allowed in the Philippines, gays are widely accepted. And as Alex just said, trans gays are more prevalent in the Philippines than what I see in the States. Yeah, where is this like trans community that has so much power in the States? I know in Canada, I don't know, I saw one maybe person that was clearly visibly trans because she had long hair, makeup, and mustache. So I don't know. I have no idea. A robot hive says, I've traveled all over the world, but I've never seen as many people urinating in the public as I did in Cebu. My taxi driver stopped and peed in the middle of the road, probably 7 or 8 a day. Yes. Okay. That is unfortunate but true. Many people piss on the side of the road. Good comment. I think is just something that maybe carried on for centuries and people just haven't. I guess sometimes also if you have to pee, where are you going to pee? If there's no public bathroom, there's no mall, there's no cafes or McDonald's to walk into. Maybe be more discreet somewhere. I don't know. People piss people. I don't know. I can't. I've never seen unless you're drunk. I don't know what to do with that comment, but yeah, I've seen people piss. Not as much as you, but definitely they do. Steve Howard says you can own property in Thailand. I think condo. Yes, you can. You can own a condo, but who owns that building, right? A Thai person. Same in the Philippines. I think you can own a condo, but are you really owning it though? Because the building belongs to the locals, and I don't really know. Yeah, you can own a condo. So I hear the same thing, but I don't know what that really entails. What does that mean, really? Um, but yeah, you can own a condo. You definitely cannot own land or a house. It's got to be under Thai national's name, and same with the Philippines. Um, Robert Hine. Oh no, it's definitely not an illegal. Actually, some countries it is illegal. Like public urination is illegal, but I guess it's not legal in these countries. Very cool. Thailand, any India, people shit on the side of the road. So, it's developing countries or countries that don't have the facilities, too much population. You still gotta go when you gotta go, right? So, the Rambler says, "I want to go to Cebu. From there, just travel around. I would like to rent a condo, 1 bedroom, but with class. Cool. How much do they go for? 1 bedroom with class, you're looking about probably 600 to 700 USD, maybe more. So 1 bedroom, no, yeah, you're looking higher. Anywhere from like 1 bedroom here. So in Cebu, at least, let's say a studio is worth 20,000, a 1 bedroom would automatically be worth 40,000. They just double it up. They don't think of it like just a little bit more, like in Thailand or other countries. In Cebu, you're gonna double your studio price. So you're gonna be looking around $1,000 USD just for rent a month. It's anywhere from 700 to 1,000, and that's because it's a 1 bedroom, it's short term, it's 1 month, and then they probably somewhere around there. It's not cheap. If you're paying 1,000 USD for just rent, it's cheaper than your country, but it's not cheaper than you may have thought coming here. Jan says Kyle Janus of becoming Filipino is one of the very few who ever got Filipino citizenship who were not born there. Yeah, I saw that news the other day. Good for him. He seems to be really like immersing himself. Well, obviously he's becoming Filipino and now he became Filipino. So good for him. I know some people have mixed feelings about him. I don't know his content much. I reached out to him when I was first in the Philippines, but of course I was like a very small channel. I don't blame him for not collaborating, but he was really professional, and that was it. Robert Hive says, and what you are saying about infrastructure is absolutely true. The problem is that how are they going to do it because of existing congestion? Yeah, I don't know. They're going to have to literally evacuate people and their homes. Sell like it's just too much. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't see the solution. Power, 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 power. Why you leave the Philippines? This is a short vacation. I'm gone for a couple of weeks. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm just here in Vietnam, enjoying myself and taking a slight break from YouTube, but apparently not because I'm here on a live stream and I've made a couple of videos. But the initial goal was to just take a break from 2 months of everyday YouTubing. Willie says, cost of difference De La Salle University, a high-rated private university in the Philippines, $6,000 a year. Cost of attending UCLA in California, $32,000 a year. Go figure. Yeah, that's insane. But the only difference is how many people would accept this Philippines university degree internationally, right? UCLA, I'm sure, is like internationally recognized school. I don't really know if the private university in the Philippines is. I'm not saying it's not. I just don't know. Sometimes the price is there, but I think school as a whole is a scam. Like university, college, unless you're going for something very specific, like a doctor or like some sort of vet. I don't know. What do you call that? Astronaut, med, something that's really specific. Then yeah, go to university, go to whatever. But if you're going for like general business, administrative, like oh historical, this and that there's no jobs and there's no nothing, and people, I know a lot of people that have degrees and are still working regular jobs. So and they're in debt like $100,000 or whatever. I think that's a scam. So yeah, that's just my opinion that I'm just annoyed with. That came to my mind right now. But yeah, that's ridiculous with the price difference. Yeah, and where would the money come from, right? Yeah, so in this case, the money would have to come from the construction companies, the builders, the owners. If not, the people's taxes, right? And it's a lot of money, and then you don't know how to get it, when to get it. You have to go in debt. Maybe you get money from China. They're gonna come construct stuff. I don't know. Ha! Yummy mango. That's pretty funny. I'm sorry for your snake bite, but Yummy took a dump in a rice paddy and got snake bite. Well, I'm glad you're alive still, at least. Guys, my ass is turning sore. We're past 2 hours. We still got about 80, 90 people watching this. I'm gonna have a sip of my drink. Let's get this to 2.5 hours and we'll call it a day. Please take a time to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're making our way to 100,000 subscribers. Use the super chat, super stickers, become a member, or just write a comment or just watch, whatever. I appreciate it regardless. Let me have a sip of this. Ha! Jan says littering and pollution needs to be addressed in the Philippines. I know some small groups are doing their part, but more needs to be done. Yeah, for sure. And I think this all comes down to education at a young age. We have to understand that people prioritize just having food on the table and having a roof over their head. And there are different things that people prioritize for sure. And it should be like that. It's easy for us to like sit on the outside and point and judge and complain, but it's also something that can be addressed and controlled and actually be successful in managing. So I agree with you, Jan. I think at a young age, elementary, even younger, the importance of not littering. I know when I went to school, when I used to think it was stupid. I'm like, I'll throw my trash wherever I want, you know? I don't know why. It's just as a younger person, I thought it was cool to not care about the rules or whatever. But that was still taught to us at a younger age. And as you grow older, you start to appreciate why or understand why. So I think it starts with that. And it has to come down from local barangay captains and also management, waste management. Where, okay, they don't litter, where are we putting this garbage? Should I take it back to my house? Okay, I put it into my trash can. Okay, well, where's that trash going? They still, like, in Vietnam, on this road alone, last night on the way to get a burger, I saw a motorbike. He came, stopped through the garbage bag near the river. Like there was a whole bunch of pile of garbage, right? So that's what, there's got to be a bin, there's got to be something, because now it's in the open, right? Now all these roaches and rats and whatever else is coming in. So regardless, I agree, there's got to be a better system, not just education. There's got to be money spent on like waste management. There's got to be people paid to pick up this trash, maybe not once a day or once a week, but once a day. Anyways, it can go on forever, but once again, where's the money coming from? So the money is being budgeted probably to bigger things and more important things that's directly affecting Filipinos right now. I don't know. I'm not a politician, but it takes time and money and education to fix all that. Stan says, if money didn't matter, which country would you live in Asia? How about the world? That's a great question. If money didn't matter, I don't know if I'll live there, but I'll definitely be in Japan. Right now, I want to visit Japan, and money is pretty much one of the only things holding me back. So definitely Japan and Asia. And in the world, if money wasn't an issue, I don't know, I never thought about it. Let me think. Huh. Maybe, I don't know. Asia, the world. I'm trying to think. Oh, maybe even like Dubai, Morocco, not Morocco, Dubai, or like, yeah, just Dubai, somewhere in Saudi Arabia too. Something like that. One of those like oil rich countries. Maybe that. I don't know about living, but definitely visiting because I don't want to live anywhere right now. I just want to see the world. James is here. Hello, people. Hello, James. Deborah says, my friend has a restaurant in the Philippines, Detroit Pizza Factory. Okay. Maybe you could check it out. Maybe I could. Maybe I can get a free pizza for life, or at least for a week. Okay, if she's in Cebu City, why not? For sure. Mark said, I'm living abroad. Normally I go to Thailand, but do not want to settle there. I'm going to the Philippines for the first time in November. Where should I go? Mark, why are you like? For what reason will you be visiting the Philippines? Is it are you single? Do you want to date? Do you want to see beaches? Do you want to get a good feel of the country? I'm not well traveled, surprisingly. I'm really in the Philippines in Cebu area. I've been to Manila, like BGC for 4 days. I've been to Palawan as well, and that's basically it. If you're coming here for like 2 weeks, you said a month, right? Uh, I don't know how long, but if you're coming here for like 2 weeks, I'd highly suggest checking out Cebu area and then Palawan, like El Nido, Coron, and Puerto Princesa. But if you're coming here, then Cebu, check out Bohol, um, Malpascua, Bantayan, Mualboal. There's a lot of things to do down here, and you still get the city vibe from Cebu City itself. And then BGC, I want to spend more than a day there. I don't recommend it. But if you're coming to, yeah, it really depends on why you're coming for travel, for dating, for relaxation, for business. I really don't know. Willie says anything in the STEM field is only way to go. Why spend that much money on this degree? Yeah. So right now, if I had a kid and he was 18, I would say get into two things. Stem cell for sure. Why not? I don't know much about it, but I've always heard of a stem cell for decades now, so I can see it only going further in depth. And AI. So AI is a new frontier. You know, it's gonna it's the next big thing, right? So those are two things I'll say to get into. What's life like in Vietnam? Is it similar to Thailand? I've only been here a couple weeks, so we can get into all that now, even though it's been 2.5 hours into the stream. So let's talk about Vietnam a bit. It's similar to Thailand in ways that they don't speak English as widely. I rely on translators sometimes here. But in the Philippines, it's different. They speak English. Street food seems to be a little bit more like Thailand here. It's more visible, more available, more options as well. So it's more like Thailand. Haven't been to any beaches yet, so I can't really compare that. It seems that the apartments are more closer to Thailand than the Philippines is. They seem to be a bit more. Construction seems to be better, just in general. Like it's bigger, it's cheaper for sure than Philippines. So in that way, it's closer to Thailand. I'm surprised that they eat bread in Vietnam. So I guess this has a lot to do with the French influence, just like the French colonial infrastructure. I guess the bread came with that as well. So they have bread here, where Thailand, the Philippines, just rice and noodles. Uh, Cafe culture. Whoa, I didn't realize how big Vietnamese are about coffee here. I swear to God, there's probably about 30. I'm not trying to be like over exaggerating. From here to 30 within a kilometer or less of cafes. It's like cafe, house, house, cafe, house, 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 cafe. And Vietnamese people have their own style of coffee. So Vietnamese coffee is really delicious. It's really cheap. Over here, coffee is cheap. You can get coffee for like 50 cents. Coffee is ridiculously cheap here compared to the Philippines, closer to Thailand that way. Mm, yeah, those are some differences I've noticed within the first couple of weeks, but nothing major. Yeah, tell us your friend's pizza restaurant. Mac, please send me the link of where you can get a one-bedroom apartment in Cebu for 1 month. That it's nice, under 1,000. I'd love to see it. The and I'll say also says 700 to 1,000, so keep that in mind too. The Rambler says, "Take yourself, Alex. Maybe you can meet to the. Or take care of yourself. Maybe we can meet in 2024 for sure." The Rambler, thank you for being here and asking questions. Let me know. Which city have you found that more happier to see expats provide a higher level of customer service? Customer service? I don't know. To be honest, nothing pops up to my head. As I mentioned earlier, when I was in BGC, the customer service was much better, but I guess it's just a fancier place. Cheapest one-bedroom condos is around 300, 3 times 5. So you can, Mac, where are you living, bro? Send me the link to a one-bedroom condo in Cebu City that's for 15,000 pesos. That's for 1 month. Let me see. And he didn't say cheapest. He's talking about a good condo. So yeah, I'm not trying to have an argument. I'm just trying to be clear. I want to know which this place is. Even if it's like Bamboo Bay or Apple, whatever, they're like way out of the, not way out, but they're further out from city center, and they're not very new, and you can't get a one bedroom for 15,000. Check the logic. Willie Hernandez, STEM is the way to go, and however, creativity comes from liberal arts. Most people always a step behind the wealthy. Will not figure it out until it's too late. Mm. Cito de Souza, Brazil, Brazil in the house. Hello, obrigado is all I know, and that's Portuguese. I guess European, same as Brazilian Portuguese. There's actually a difference, but I don't know how big is the difference. Is it possible, says Mario, to do sports like biking in Cebu and Mactan Island without being in danger of accidents on the road? Uh, Maybe in Mactan Island, maybe in Cebu if you go to like designated areas and streets, but randomly on the street, no, I don't think you should be doing that. I mean, you could, you might be fine, but chances are really high you get hit by somebody. Wear like a big vest with the lights and all that, and you might be all right. I don't know. There's barely any room for people, let alone bikes. There's barely room for motorcycles, let alone for bicycles. I'm trying to think if there's any area. I hear Mac 10 area has a like gated communities where they have like areas, but I don't know. Biking in Cebu, I don't see where you'll be able to ride your bike. I've seen people on bikes, but they're Filipinos and they seem well experienced. I don't know about biking, to be honest. Sap Sap Nuns here. Hello, enjoy your vacation in Vietnam. Just woke up. Wake up, wake up. Check the logic says, Alex, be unique and explore Mongolia. I will. Why not? I would love to go. I'll go everywhere. That's the plan, anyways. Willie to check the logic. I respect your thoughts, but I know I'm just the type of person that is the STEM world as far as education and vacations are concerned. Yep. Since Thailand legalized cannabis, do you believe the Philippines will too? I just returned after 2 months in Thailand, and they were selling it everywhere. Yeah, I know what you mean. So I was in Thailand 4, 5 months ago, maybe. I don't know, but weed was everywhere. And it's funny because they went back on it, then they legalized it again, and then they thought about going back and. Anyways, I don't think the Philippines will do it, especially after how much effort to Duarte to Duarte to what is Duarte, right? The president, the previous one. I think he put a lot of effort, money, and time into like making sure drugs was off the streets. So I don't know how far back they want to go on that success lately. Yeah, I have no idea about weed. Um, Although it would boost tourism for sure, because I know drug laws here are really serious. So, Alex, STEM stands for science. I thought you were talking about stem cells. I'm so dumb. Clearly, I never went to school. Technology, engineering, and mathematics. I understand where your confusion come from when I said STEM. I thought you were talking about stem cell research because I know that's always like on the frontier of like medicine and all that shit. I feel dumb. Check the logic. Willie Hernandez, I'm with you. However, I'm all about the younger people in my tribe doing both. You get both in the great schools. Here's what I'm all about. I'm all about the job market. So for me, if I had a kid, I'd say don't even look at what you want to do. See what jobs are the most available these days. I'm paying the most, and then go into that field. If he wants to go the traditional route of like going to school, getting a job, and settling down, all that stuff. Night Night Mover 2009. Alex, is the water as good as overseas as it is here in Canada? I noticed everybody drinks bottled water. You can't drink tap water in most countries in Asia, in Southeast Asia, so that's why we drink bottled water. I have like gallons of water delivered. I don't think in Vietnam, even if they say you can, I don't trust it. No offense. I don't know nothing about it. I'm just gonna drink bottled water. So this pizza shop, him and his wife restaurant is in Quezon City. I guess in Manila area. So Matt Carlo, send me a link. If there are hundreds of condos going for 300 USD, one bedroom for 1 month, please send me a link of one of these. Simple. Just go on Google right now. Send me a link. I'd love to see it. What country did you say was less humid that you sweated? Weren't sweating at? Less humid countries? Oh, countries definitely Turkey, Georgia, like, but in Southeast Asia, I'm trying to think, they're all pretty humid, honestly. Depends where you go and what time of the year you go. It's unavoidable. You can't really escape it. I know the Philippines right now, apparently El Nido or some kind of typhoon or hurricane weather thing is going on. It's a bit more humid than normal, but I think it depends on cities. So, for example, in Malaysia, I went to Cameron Highlands. I needed a jacket. I really was cool, like cool, cool. So Malaysia, I found cooler than some countries. But then when I went to Kuala Lumpur, I was sweating from my knees, right? So I don't really know. It's not easy. All the countries are humid. Willie Hernandez says, check the logic. Very cool. My daughters are in the engineering and medical field, but they're well rounded and creative in their own rights. Best of both worlds. Awesome. I know he asked for upper class apartment, which is more, but you can get decent small condos for a couple of $100s for sure. Okay, Mac, please send me a link to a one bedroom decent condo for under what I said. I'd love to see it. This is not like I'm not trying to fight you. I'm curious because maybe I want one too. James says maybe for 15K you get roaches and bed bugs. Screw that. I'm happy paying 35 to 50K, even though you can still get roaches. I'll take my chances. So the condos, this is how it works, at least in Cebu City, because this is what the question was about. You get business park, and you get IT park, and you get MAC 10 area. So the business park, there's several condos. So Selenia is a popular, Calix, and there's one really high end one that's connected to the mall, like you straight up go to the mall. Either way, none of those you can get for that price. And everything that's on the outside, I wouldn't call them high class. I just don't know about them. I don't know every condo in Cebu City. Some girls might, wink, wink. That's another thing. Women seem to know exactly all the condos, apparently. Some women. In IT Park, you have the Avita Towers. First of all, I wouldn't call any of the Avita Towers high class because anyone I talk to tell me there's roaches there, it's mismanaged. Even though they're within IT Park and Avita Royale is a newer one, you can't get them for that price. Your studio will go 25,000 minimum, even if it was considered high class. You got Asia Premier within IT Park, which is expensive, and then you got Avenir across from IT Park, which is also expensive, and it's not really a high class. It's got a rooftop that's nice, but that's it. It's got no pool. Grand Residences, the one I'm staying at, I wouldn't really call this a high class thing. It's not bad. It's a better one, upper class, but not like Selenia probably or the other ones. That one, a studio is about 25,000 or 20,000 if you're really lucky, and then you have a one bedroom around 40,000. So something like maybe 50,000. And those are the ones I know about. And I just want to see one that's around that price is considered nice. BJ, is Alex talking month to month price or long term per month price? There would be a difference between the two options. Yeah, there would be a difference for sure. Alan says, congratulations, Alex. You deserve this break. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, look at this. Friendliest in the Philippines, $5. Congratulations, 97,000K. Thank you so much, friendliest or friendless in the Philippines. Not friendliest. There's a big difference between friendliest and friendless. Let's check it out. Friendless in the Philippines. I just want to see. No, I said friendless. Why does I want to see? Well, thank you for that $5. I appreciate it. I can't speak right now, honestly. It's 2.5 hours of me talking nonstop. 1 second. Let me just try to. Hmm. Oh, I thought you had a YouTube channel, but maybe not. I can't seem to find it on YouTube. If you do, please share the link so you can check it out. Thank you so much, friendless in the Philippines, for that $5. Thank you for the congratulations as well. I think legalizing marijuana in Thailand was a dumb idea. If I smoke weed, I would just go to Jamaica. Um, James, I think there's too much behind it to say dumb or not dumb. People were coming to Thailand in large numbers, and Thailand heavily relies on tourism. And because of COVID and vaccinations and restrictions, that number declined for sure. So the government, I think, tried to have a new avenue, a new way of bringing people into the country, and legalizing weed was an idea they went with. I don't smoke weed. A lot of people do, and I know they do. So I figured the government thought since people are doing it anyways, we might as well tax it, make money off of it, and have a lot more people coming into the country. So it's like a win-win for everybody as far as money-wise. And that's probably the only thing I can think of. Check the logic. Said just in case no one told you, you're looking better since you returned to the base. Oh, thank you, my man. I'm looking good, huh? It's just a camera. Check the logic. I have been going to the gym often just to do some cardio. I never lift anything, but I'm thinking I might start lifting weights. Why not? I'm not doing anything in my life. But the good thing about Grand Residence is it's got a gym in it. So I went to do like 40, 45 minutes of cardio every day, nonstop. So I lost a little bit of weight, I think, or at least I feel better. So, can't hurt for my heart. Willie Hernandez. I went to Thailand. There were cannabis clubs around every corner. I think a lot of people thought they would be making money hand over fist. The place is saturated with MJ shops too. Oh yeah, buddy, saturation you wouldn't believe. There's like cannabis shops everywhere. Plus, it's really expensive compared to what you think it might be. Mac says it won't let me send the link. All right, Mac. Maybe in the future or something. I don't think the Philippines will legalize weed soon. The previous president got rid of some people involved with it, and I mean got rid of them. I see what you mean. Mac is still really confident. Yeah, there's literally hundreds of decent condos for 15K a month. 1,000 USD is a very serious amount of money in Cebu. I'm not trying to fight either. I just know because I see 15K a lot. Yeah, I see a lot too. But Mac, are you living in one of these condos? Do you live in Cebu City? Because I do, and I don't know. I I see the 15,000, but they're not nice condos. Trust me, I'm telling you. That's why I challenged you. Send me a link. Eat the roaches, bro. It's okay. I wish that would be kind of cool. I mean, maybe it's kind of gross, but if you did eat roaches, I guess you wouldn't be afraid of them. I am. I'm not a man like that. Mac, hope everything is okay on the second floor, brother. I don't get it. Max says, so what's the cheapest decent condo, one-bedroom studio in the Philippines in your experience? The cheapest one-bedroom condo, a good one, maybe around 40, 35 to 40,000, maybe. That's even like pushing it. And then you got to include everything else with it. They want you to pay electricity, water. Sometimes they want you to pay the dues and all that stuff. So yeah. No, I'm not. If you're being an asshole, you wouldn't be on the channel. Don't worry. You guys can share your thoughts and you can challenge me anytime. I'm not the one to know it all. Maybe I'm wrong in some things, and this would have been a great time to like see which places that I don't know about. But I've been looking for apartments for the past year and a half regularly, right? So I've been back and forth, and I look for myself, for others, and like there's some you can find for 15,000, but they're studios or they're just apartments. They don't even classify as condos, and they're outside the city centers, outside of the place you want to be. You spend more on taxi fares or just getting into the mall and back for a month and just spending a 2,000 or 3,000 more staying within the city center. Anyways, we can go on about that for a long time. Yeah, Alex, I would stay with the 25K and up condos in the Cebu area for studio. Exactly, better amenities and safer bet as far as pests are concerned, along with location and convenient factors. Yeah, so the pest thing, the roaches, you can be as clean as you want, not even cook a single thing in your whole room the entire time. but you can't change the age of the building, your neighbors, and what happens around you, right? So you might get one or two, but you could definitely minimize it. Like I don't ever leave any food outside. I never leave any dirty dish outside. I clean everything, and I still see one occasionally, even at my old condo. I saw I think four in a span of 2 months, which is not bad when you do the math. But regardless, it comes down to you and trying to be clean and all that. My ass is hurting, guys, and viewers are going to. We still got 70 people. Oh my god. Anyways, James is out. Anyways, Alex, I'm out. Mac, enjoy those roaches, big guy. Uh, Eating those roaches, I guess, because he says he's gonna eat them. Yeah, thanks, James, for being here. Enjoy your day or your night. Where are you heading? I'm in Vietnam. Cebu is overpriced, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think so too. R and Y. I'm very surprised at the prices in Cebu compared to Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, the places I've been recently, Penang, Cameron Highlands, Bali. I couldn't believe Bali was better than Cebu as far as prices and accommodation. Jakarta, where else did I go recently? Pattaya, Kanchanaburi. Like anywhere you go, Cebu is overpriced for sure, and they're building more and more. So I don't know. Mac, have a good night, buddy. Sleep well. Okay, I think we're gonna end this stream here soon, guys. Thanks, Alex. See you again in the next live chat. But right now, you gotta move, relax, and go explore Vietnam. You're right. I'm out. Thank you all for being here, for commenting, for watching, for sending super stickers, super chats. It really means a lot to me. My voice just cracked. That's why I made that. Anyways, thank you guys for doing all this. I appreciate it every single time. We're gonna reach 100,000, no doubt. We might do a live stream at like 99,500 subscribers or 99,900 subscribers and see if we can cross the 100,000 mark live with you guys. That'll be exciting. Great live stream, good stuff. Enjoy your time in Vietnam and check out your posts for past videos. I've been on YouTube the past, oh, I haven't been on YouTube in the past 3 weeks. Yeah, take a look. Thank you, Willie Hernandez. Night, Alex, for another great stream. Thank you, East Coast Refugee. I appreciate it. I'm considering moving back to Pattaya. Pattaya is nice. Not just for the hookers either. Like it's a nice city with nice area. All right, BJ, everybody, thank you for being here again. I'll see you guys in the next. Oh, tomorrow night I'm gonna release my first Vietnam video, so please check that out. It's gonna be my first impressions of Vietnam. It's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of different things. So yeah, check out tomorrow's video. See you then. Bye, guys.